Yeah. Right now, hey everyone, welcome to another episode of That's All Kayfabe with me and my buddy Gabe. Hey, how you doing, Gabe?
Hi, I'm Gabe. I'm good. We're just talking about Tourette's, and then all of a sudden I can't find myself like stopping doing this.
That's like the dude from GoldenEye 007. He'd have that explosive pin, and he would keep like fiddling it around and clicking it.
Oh my god, what was his name?
The actor was Alan Cummings. No, I
What
believe
was
that.
what was Alec doing?
Oh no, I believe the actor was Alan Cumming because I know him from like a bunch of Broadway musicals. He
Oh no
actually,
shit.
I think he played. I like how I actually know like the actor, but he played, I believe, fucking Loki in Son of the Mask, the one that sucks.
Man, you opened up like a Vietnam flashback in my mind. I forgot Jamie Kennedy existed.
Yeah, a
Oh
lot of people
man.
did, and he played Nightcrawler in the original X-Men.
Yes.
Mm-hmm,
Okay. That was him
mm-hmm.
in
Alan
GoldenEye?
Alan Cumming, yeah, that was him.
Wow, dude, you learn something new every day. I didn't know that.
Don't fact check me.
Ah, shit! I believe you.
I'm gonna check if Alan Cumming was in
Yeah, check real
Alan
quick. Because the
Cumming.
only characters I know from 007, it's Odd Job because of his bowler hat that fucking cut like Kung Lao. And what was the other one? Was his name just Jaws or was it Lockjaw? It was just Jaws, right? Do you know which one I'm talking about?
No.
Like he looked like he was one of the Goonies that if I remember correctly, he was dressed up like very dapper, like very like 1920s Prohibition era, like the suspenders, the tucked in white shirt, long sleeve shirt, but his
Yeah,
teeth
there we go.
were. Yes, he
That's
does
it.
look familiar.
Dude, I'm glad I didn't like show this on camera because I put Alan Cumming. It showed a lot of gay porn. Like,
Oh, dude, that's badass.
dude, like I don't even want to show like the first. There's so much shit for a dude's named Alan Cummings.
Oh my
Like,
god.
God, so much
You
porn.
you click the I'm feeling lucky tab on Google.
Well, it's because I spelled Cumming with two M's, but that's like how you spell his name.
Oh
Cumming, like
man, nah, never mind. I was gonna look it up on my phone, but I don't want the fucking cookies and shit to be.
I think it's because I turned my filter off. What is this Rule 34? No, I
It's a Nightcrawler, huh? But
no.
yeah, like Lockjaw, he all of his teeth were either I think all of his teeth were silver, and like he would just like bite into shit, whatever. It sounds stupid.
No, that's a typical like Bond villain, right?
Is it
It's like,
okay? Because
yeah.
when I explain it more, I feel like I'm having a fever dream. I feel like maybe I
No,
just dreamt this when I was sick.
those are a lot of how the Mexican kids are growing up. They
With
have
the silver teeth.
a lot of silver teeth from the
We
lack
got
of.
freaking sharks with freaking laser beams on their freaking heads.
I remember seeing a dude we worked with. Not we didn't work with him. I don't know if you knew him, but he worked there in the store.
Uh huh.
And he was an adult like our age, and he had silver teeth still. And I was like, man, I don't know how you as an adult have like silver teeth.
Oh man, I want to ask so many questions on like who to like pinpoint, but it's like I don't want to give like dox anybody by accident.
No, I couldn't remember his name, but I could picture him right now because I could just remember him seeing him in the silver teeth.
Was he like an Edgar?
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know if that was his name, but yeah, he was like that. He was on the front end.
In the front end. Oh, that doesn't help. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I
I
thought
don't
that
know.
would narrow it down, but yeah.
Dude, no, I went by the other day. It's like they're all little kids now. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's just me getting older. That's my 29-year-old self talking.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna be Alan Cummings.
Wait, what?
But no, yeah, that's been the week. No, I don't know.
hmm Oh yeah, this is a wrestling podcast. I
Yeah,
like how
yeah.
we start that off every episode. It's like, oh yeah, we're a wrestling podcast. Let's talk about
Oh
wrestling.
yeah. We were talking about wrestling. I wanted to give a quick shout out. I was on podcast with this dude I met. He's a cool guy, he's a cool cat. My buddy Heckin' Steve. He did an interview on my podcast. You can check it out on That's All Funny. And then I did an interview for him for his Heckin' Steve channel. But I wanted to show off. He had a wrestling. What is it? Oh, that's just me. He had a he had a wrestling. Right here, you can check out Top Rope Wrestling Collectibles and Autographs on YouTube. YouTube.com/at Top Rope Collectibles, where I was on this wrestling heel talk. Wait, which one was it? I don't see it here. But
It might be under uploads. And it'll show like the recent videos. 8 months ago. 8 months ago.
Was it live? Maybe it was the lives. Yeah, here. So here I was right there, real quick.
Wait a
You see
minute.
me at the bottom.
That's you in a red shirt.
I know. I tell you, it's either red or purple. I need to buy a. I was thinking of buying a blue shirt, but I feel like that'd be too.
I feel like you might get stabbed. Oh, too
Yeah,
sexist. Oh, okay.
yeah. Too on point. But I was on his Wrestling Heels talk where we just talked about wrestling and memories and memorabilia. And you can check out their Facebook group, which is Top Rope Wrestling Collectibles. And it's like a small business where they book wrestlers, get their autographs, and you can buy straight from them. It's pretty cool. They were a bunch of cool guys. You check them out on Facebook, Top Rope Wrestling Collectibles, and YouTube. I will have all that in the description. But yeah,
Heck yeah.
thank you, Heckin' Steve, and we'll be sure to have him eventually on the pod.
Heckin' Steve, dude. That's a pretty badass name.
I know it sounds like a gamer tag name that you get generated for you.
Oh man, that's fucking awesome. But like real quick, you mentioned shout outs. I was trying to find out his name, like his real name, because I was gonna give a shout out last episode to my friend's boyfriend that I told you last time that he was a wrestler in San Antonio. I found his wrestling name. It's Raven Dark. So I don't know if he's listening right now, but best of luck to you, bro. Whatever you do, future success in the wrestling business. I had a conversation with him last week or a couple weeks ago, and it feels weird talking with another person that knows a lot about like wrestling. He's like, "Oh yeah, like I gigged myself, and I had to squeeze blood everywhere," and I'm just there like all giddy, like, "Oh my god, I'm learning about the business." Like, is this what Paul Heyman feels like?
It's like what Alex Jones feels like when he
Find out
realizes
about
the
the frogs.
conspiracies. Yeah, he's just like they're making the frogs gay, like holy shit.
Yeah,
Tower 7. No, but
but
that's cool.
shout out to the homie Raven Dark and then to Heck and Steve as well. It's pretty cool that we could be able to shout out other channels and promotion and just like support each other. That's pretty badass.
Yeah, it's again like it's fun because wrestling's cool again. No, I don't know.
Thanks to The Rock.
Yeah, we'll get to that later, but no, it's cool to just talk about wrestling and get to meet people that you think like me and you. Yeah, we would talk about wrestling at work and feel like we knew a lot about it because everyone else would be like, wrestling, that's fucking gay, you dumbasses,
He's like, Undertaker, is he still alive? Is he still wrestling?
He's not real. Nothing's real. And then now we meet these fans that are like even more into it or more
Mm-hmm.
cultured, and it's just like, man, I thought I knew. I thought I felt like a Mark or
I know.
real
I
into
know.
it.
I feel like, like watching wrestling my whole life, that whenever I tell my fiance Giselle about it, I feel like she's like, "Oh, okay, that's good, honey.
Yeah,
That's nice, honey." And I feel like I'm at that point where it's like, "Oh, dude, I'm annoying," when it comes to this stuff. But like you said, a lot more people like are into it. And then you had mentioned when you were on the Heck and Steve's wrestling podcast that his friends had like bunch of like collectibles behind
dude.
them.
Yeah, like I've never collected anything that much. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like even at my height of whatever I collected, like, oh man, I really love Looney Tunes or 360 games. Like, I've never
Yeah.
had a mass collection like that looks almost Guinness World Record looking, you know, like
I
holy
know.
shit.
As like their collection looks like immaculate.
Yeah.
Like I would love to have a collection like that. One day I'll start collecting.
No, it was amazing, and it was fun. Like I said, it's cool that we talk wrestling uh and we feel like we're nerds about it, but then you go to these other people and they're even more nerd or cultured about it, and you're like, man, this is
Hmm.
cool because I
But not
can.
nerd in a bad way. Nerd is just like, like it's something that you love that you could like actually like express it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's cool to get. I don't know. It's cool to get into this thing that not very many people get, and then
That's
goosebumps.
the goosebumps.
It's a cool community whenever you find like cool people. Of course there are not so cool people out there, but you know that's that's
Mhm.
that's how communities are.
I
But
will
it's
get
cool
to them in
because
today's episode.
I'm sure, I'm sure. But we do want to start out with pay per view. I'm sorry, a premium live event that went down this weekend. That was WWE Backlash, and it was in France. So the time was not too bad. What was it at, like noon our time?
At noon? Yeah.
Like 11 a.m. or noon. So it was a good
I,
time.
I read the time wrong because I hate whenever they announce something here in the States. They're like, oh, 10 a.m. Pacific time. And I'm just like, I don't know what time that is. But now I realize, okay, well, if it's Pacific, that means it's 2 hours ahead of that time because it's like closer by like California time, I guess, Pacific or Eastern.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, but I just realized this yesterday when I woke up because I set an alarm so I can watch the pay per view, but I set it for 9:30 because I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna start at 10, whatever. And then I realized, oh wait, in fucking Pacific time, and I googled it. I was like, fuck, I have to be up for another 2.5 hours. So, so I just cleaned around my house for 2.5 hours until the pay per view started.
Hell yeah! I
Yeah,
got
but
up
you
like
learn.
I got up. I think I don't know if I didn't record a podcast the night before or I got up like right before it and
Hmm.
just sat down on the couch and watched the pre-show. And the pre-show was cool, like with CM Punk and Big E, and I don't know who that girl is. My
Hmm.
apologies, but it was fun, and then the different little interviews and packages, and
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. We could just get straight into it. What do you think of the venue? How did it look, and the people?
Dude, so the notes I have, it says that France broke an all-time attendance record for SmackDown ever, like in the history of WWE, which I think, like for a regular like live event, like not
Uh-huh.
including like a pay-per-view, which is fucking insane. And then, dude, I wonder what it is with the UK people or like Europeans, and like how the fuck do they come up with some of these chants?
Yeah, their chants I
Dude,
couldn't figure out. They were
I
very.
couldn't make it out because I had posted a tweet saying like, what are they saying after the 2 count? Like,
Mhm.
because they'll do the 2 count and then they'll say something and then it's like,
Yeah,
"Da, da, 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 da," and then I don't
yeah,
know what they're saying. So
yeah,
someone had replied to me saying it said simplicin deux, like simplicin deux, like simplicit deux, but I know it's deux.
yeah. What
Uh,
does that? What does that mean, though?
two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like deux means two, but I'm just like, fuck, dude. I don't understand. I don't know what the reference is,
No.
but I'm really enjoying these shows in other countries. Like, like a lot of the Europeans talk about, like, oh, they hate when the pay per views in the States because they have to stay up late to watch it. But it's like, it's not so bad when it's over there in another country because it's like, oh, 12 o'clock? Like, yeah, that's badass. That's a good time,
Yeah,
Like, I watch that.
it was a very good time for a pay per view on a Sunday, and this crowd was pumped up like the whole fucking time. And whenever I saw the card, I thought it wasn't real because it was like, oh, here are the matches. It was just 5 matches. I was like, where's the rest of it? Where's the other 10 matches?
Dude, I know. So, how do you feel about it? Like after watching the pay-per-view, how do you feel about them having like the 5-card format for a pay-per-view?
Dude, I thought this was great because and I don't know if it was either just the crowd or the fact that it was only 5 matches. So it was only what, like 2.5 hours, 3 hours at the most.
It was an easy watch.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was the crowd or the amount of time, how short it was, but like they were pumped for every match, and it felt like even, and we'll get into the matches, but even the like most boring matches,
Mm-hmm.
which it could be argued, like let's say the fucking the girls tag match that kind of
Mm-hmm.
had mistakes there,
Mm-hmm.
or fucking Uso and Priest that was
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, it wasn't all that, but they were pumped for everything. So I felt pumped. Like I was watching this,
Yes.
like,
Yes.
man, everything that everyone's doing was like getting over. And I don't know if it was because like the other pay-per-views, you're there for 7-8 hours, or even with the AEW with Rampage and the tapings and all that, you're there for 7-8 hours, 12 hours, and you get
Mm-hmm.
worn out. You get worn out as a crowd, so you're like burnt out.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Mhm.
Real quick before I talk about a story relating to the long time, uh, I don't know if you saw the picture. Someone had their Apple Watch that they got a warning from the government saying like there was a high decibel volume in the area of like 100 something dBs, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, dude, that is insane.
I saw what was it? Michael Cole or one of the announcers kept saying that, like, look at my watch; it has the decibel warnings,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just funny because I feel like that's gonna be like a benchmark now that they're gonna rate, kind of like how AEW's like, oh well, the ticket count or
Uh
uh
huh.
the the, the amount of people or the ticket sales. That now it's gonna be like, well, look at our decibel count. Look at how loud we can get, or look at
Yeah.
that's just gonna be another benchmark
My
that
dick's
wrestling.
bigger than yours.
Yeah, they're just new benchmarks that they keep trying to push out to make it seem like, well, we can get louder, we can hurt people's ears.
Uh
And it's just
huh.
like, I thought it was funny that they were setting that benchmark, like, oh yeah, my Apple Watch hasn't gone off, but they were loud, the crowd
They
was
were fucking
fucking
crazy,
loud.
man.
Yeah,
And I'll mention this now because it's not really a spoiler or anything. We'll get into the matches, but when they announced AJ Styles, did you see like he's just standing there and the fucking hard cam is just shaking from
yeah,
how loud everyone's just like jumping and like going crazy. I support them going to other countries to have PLEs instead of them having it in a state like fucking Nebraska or Kansas. No hate to Nebraska or Kansas, but I feel like there's not really like a hardcore wrestling scene there compared to like a country like France who hasn't had like anything to show off for in wrestling besides like football, like
yeah.
because like or soccer or whatever,
Hmm.
and they're able to like express themselves. I'm like, damn, dude, I was like, this is badass. Like like you said, it got me hyped too.
Yeah, it pumped me up, and I felt like, I don't know if who might have told them anything, but I felt like the fucking president of London, now whoever runs London, was like, "Hey, make sure y'all be loud at this event so we can get WrestleMania next year." Like,
Ooh, hot, hot,
yeah,
hot, 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 hot.
but they
And with backends just like fucking like baseball bats.
with berets and
The fake curly mustaches like
the
that.
mimes.
Hell.
But yeah, this crowd was like pumped, and not even, I don't know, it wasn't even in a bad way where they were hijacking the show or anything
Mhm.
like that. It was like for the wrestlers, and they loved every match, and it made everyone look good. I don't know what it was. It was like a perfect lightning in the bottle of it wasn't even, it's just Backlash. It wasn't even like a Royal Rumble. It wasn't a
Mhm.
WrestleMania. It wasn't any. It was just Backlash. You know, it was just
Uh, this reminds
another
me
event.
of the last Backlash they had when they was in Puerto Rico. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when Bad Bunny came out, dude, that's still one of the best entrances I've seen. Like that shit gets me fucking hype. I'm like, Chambea, Bala. And I'm just there in the crowd, like, fuck yeah, dude, I love Bad Bunny.
But I think even that one was like a whole card, wasn't it? Like it felt like a full 8-person or 8-match card or something. This one felt like
No,
consolidated.
I think the last year's was short too. It was probably like 6 matches. Because I remember they had Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. They had the Bad Bunny, Damian Priest, Bianca Belair versus Io Sky. Um,
2023 Backlash
fucking
card.
Bad Bunny.
Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar, Street Fight, Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest, The Bloodline versus Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Matt Riddle, Rhea
Oof, rest in
Ripley
peace.
versus Zelina Vega,
Mm-hmm.
Bianca Belair versus Io Sky, Austin Theory versus Bobby Lashley versus Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins versus Omos. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it was at least 2 more matches.
That's still not. That's a pretty good card too.
Yeah, that feels like a
Yeah.
pretty like a full. I don't want to say a fuller card, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they didn't even have for this one like any pre matches. I don't know if they were.
They
I don't
did
know.
not have pre matches. You are right. They did
Hmm.
not.
But yeah, no, we could get into the card real quick. For because it was a quick, easy watch. Like I said, everyone was pumped. So first match was Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga versus Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, and they came out. I know, just like chaotic. Everyone, the
Mm-hmm.
refs are trying to stop them, and then what's his name comes out, Nick Aldis, and he's like, "This is gonna be a Samoan Savage street fight,
Yeah,
whatever
he's
he
like, you
called
know
it."
what they say in French? Omelette du fromage. This is a street fight now.
And everyone's all ole 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 ole
Ole,
ole. Oh yeah.
ole.
Oh, 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 oh,
Oh, oh.
oh, oh, oh. That dude straight. We're not even exaggerating. They were straight up just the whole 2.5, 3 hours was just the
Oh
crowd
man.
so pumped up. And
Dude, real quick, one of the funniest things I saw in this match, it's like how Nick Aldis comes out, right? And then he's like, "Oh, you know what they say in French, whatever." He's this is a street fight now. Start the match." And then when they cut to the hard camera, you see that giant prime bottle that I think Tama Tonga picks up and just chucks it at Kevin Owens. You just see him flying across the screen, and they're just throwing the bottles of prime at each other. It's like one of the funniest fucking things ever.
no, it was a good match for
It
it.
was a
Like
great match.
for it opening up, and everyone was hyped, and the crowd was pumped and into it. And
Mm-hmm.
then one of the other Samoans show up. What's his name? Tonga Loa.
Tongaloa. Dude,
And
I'm surprised Tongaloa showed up, dude. Because I always remember hearing Tama Tonga was signing with WWE, but I heard nothing about Tongaloa. They were part of the original Bullet Club in New Japan. And they
mhm.
were called GOD, the Gorillas of Destiny. And they would come out like in the face paint, like the Bullet Club logo like on their face and shit. It looked badass. I was a fan of it. Like the original, I think it's their song, but the original Bullet Club theme song was one of the hardest fucking songs. It was badass, man. It felt like I was gonna do crimes. I was gonna do do a bunch of illegal shit, and it was
Pumped you up like
cool to
that.
do it. Yeah, dude, it was pretty hype. But dude, one of the notes I have here that Tama Tonga's back got fucked up. I don't know if he saw like all the welts on his back already from like all
No,
the. It was like the kendo stick shots that he took on the back. You just see welts all over his back. It looked like a tic tac toe board.
man,
It looked nuts.
those Samoans are weakened by the sugar cane and the by the fucking I forget what they call it. Oh, the Singapore cane. There you go.
Singapore cane. There you
So
go.
the Singapore cane is their one true
The
weakness.
bamboo sugar cane.
No, I mean, I guess this is cool. I'm glad they're. Well, I don't know. It's kind of racist that they're making a whole nother Samoa ad now. I thought it was cool. It was a good match. I don't think they have what is it? They seem to have an infinite amount of Samoans to gather for this
Dude, yeah, and
bloodline.
I thought it was gonna be Jacob Fatu that was gonna debut.
They signed him, right? They did,
They
right?
signed him, and they were gonna. I remember they said they were going to debut him a couple weeks ago, but then they pushed it back. So I thought this was gonna be it, and then Tongaloa shows up, which I don't know if they're brothers, him and Tamatonga, or like they're Samoan, of course they're related.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
If not by
but
blood, then by something else.
dude, this is their War Games match right here that they have a Survivor Series. It's gonna be the Samoan, the new bloodline, which is Tamatonga, Solo,
Bungalow.
Tangaloa, and Jacob Fatu. And it's gonna be the original bloodline, Roman Reigns, Jimmy J Uso, and Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn's cool. He get away with it.
Oh, dude, I love Sami Zayn so much.
No, but it was a good match, and like I said, the crowd was so pumped. I was like, man, I hope this crowd doesn't tire themselves out because I felt like they
They
were
did
going to,
not.
and they didn't, and they didn't. I was like the whole time I was like, this crowd has to get tired, and we'll continue to the next match, which was Bailey, Naomi, and Tiffany Stratton in a triple threat match.
Dude, they're all so fucking fine.
Dude, Tiffany, oh my god! The whole time I was like, is some malfunction of a wardrobe gonna happen? But
Dude.
this was the crowd was pumped for again everyone, the entrances,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't mention it too with the Randy Orton and the other match before,
Oh,
but
they
they
were
were
singing his
taking
theme song.
well, they were taking long on the entrances,
Mm-hmm.
like for everyone. So I was like, are they trying to like stretch out time? Like, why are they taking so long for everyone's entrances? And even here, they had really long entrances. Everyone was pumped for Naomi. The crowd was there, fucking bumping to her song, and I don't know. It's again, everyone was like for everyone, like just happy to see everyone performing.
Yeah, my notes here for this match, I put chants I cannot understand. And then the only chant I was able to get, the one that goes, "Hey Bailey, I wanna know who ha if you wanna be my girl." I don't know. I'm pretty sure I fucked that hoo ha up somewhere. But I've heard that every time I like they have a event over there in London or like in the UK
Mm-hmm.
where it's like they always sing that song referring to Bailey. And I don't know who what song that is.
I don't know. It doesn't ring a bell to me.
Um like I know he wasn't a part of this. He was there yesterday, but Tyler Bate, you know Tyler Bate, right? The skinny white one with the long beard with Pete Dunne.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So when he was part of NXT, he fought Gunther in one of the NXT UK matches over there. Fucking badass match. But with him, they did the Tyler Bate, Tyler Bate, Tyler Bate. No, 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 no. And then when I was like, what song is that? And I remember when we still work together, I'm just there working, making shit. And then I heard that song play on the intercom, like, baby, give it up, baby, give it up. And I'm like, Tyler Bate, Tyler Bate.
But how does the whole crowd know to do
I
this?
don't know. It's so crazy.
It's some hive mind bullshit. Like I could see one dude some inside joke, but it's the whole crowd singing like that.
Dude, it's fucking crazy. But back to the match. Like this match was also good as well. I enjoyed it very, very much.
And again, the crowd was so pumped up for it. I'm like, God, dude, like these girls aren't missing a beat. Like everything they were doing was badass. Going over, the crowd was like clapping at the right moments. Like everything was good. Like it
Uh
was just
huh.
a badass match. And I knew Naomi was gonna take the L. You know, I didn't know who from. I really thought maybe Tiffany could win this just for
Dude,
whatever reason.
no, I thought Tiffany Stratton was gonna take the pin.
Oh,
That's
did
what I
you?
thought. But I figured Bailey was still gonna win it because I feel like WWE's past the times of like champions losing in a month.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, I don't know. Drew McIntyre lost it in 5 minutes at fucking WrestleMania, but that I didn't think Bailey was gonna lose it. But everyone looked good, dude. Like I like when Tiffany Stratton does like the what is it like the cartwheel into the Alabama Slam.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's always fucking cool to see.
yeah.
And then she did that to them on the announcers table, like on the edge of it, which looked fucking badass. And I was surprised Bailey won with the roll up.
And then her moonsault, the one that she missed at the end, but she
Mm-hmm.
still like rolled out of it. That was like impressive as fuck.
That's
Like
pretty fucking badass.
yeah. And I hate to talk shit about AEW, but I think about how like no, I don't hate to talk shit, but like how Julia Hart, you know, will go up for the moonsault and take like 2 minutes, not a solid 2 minutes, but to like get up there perfectly and then do it,
Uh
land
huh.
right. But here's this Tiffany Stratton, like
Like bah
the
bah bah
yeah,
woo.
bouncing, doing that, missing, but then still rolling up and out of it, and it's
It's
like, dang, she's
the PME prettiest moonsault ever.
dude. And that gymnastics shit that she's known for, they keep saying she was like a fucking collegiate gymnastics athlete or something.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
it
yeah,
shows. And then she's just hot too. So,
yeah. Oh yeah. You know she's dating Ludwig Kaiser.
dude, I saw like some sort of on Chris Van
Yeah.
Vle,
Bleh,
and I was like,
bleh.
man, no, but that guy looks pretty intimidating too. Like even though he's
Oh,
the smallest, you know.
oh no, dude. I wouldn't dare. It's like I like uh I'm just happy for them. I didn't know I was gonna make a comment about it, but no, good for them. I'm happy for them.
No, it's pretty intimidating, but oh, there's
Uh
my hold
oh.
on,
Oh shit. I'm gonna cover my eyes.
my computer's acting up.
Oh no, you're all good, man.
Yeah,
But real
let
quick, the next match that we had was Jay Uso versus Damian Priest. And I'm very surprised. Again, the crowd, dude. Like he came in through the crowd, um, Jay Uso, and it's just crazy. Like everyone's just like throwing their lights up, and like everyone's just doing like the yeet 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 yeet. Well, I don't know what they fucking do, but everyone's just like raising their hands up and down. It just looks so badass to see there. Like that was one of the sickest fucking things I've ever seen. I was like, man, like this is so hype, especially for like a PLE, you know?
dude, I'm telling you, like this crowd was like so pumped the whole time. Here we go. Uh, I thought they were gonna tire themselves out or something.
Uh huh. What
Um,
did you think of this match personally?
Again, I feel like it was the weakest. Well, I was saying earlier, the weakest because there was a lot of super kicks, and not that that isn't Jey Uso's style or whatever, but the crowd was still into it. I thought Damian Priest was cool. Yeah, I don't think we needed the interruption or the interruptions from the Judgment Day, but I understand what it's building up to. With
Mm-hmm.
it seems like Judgment Day is either going to break up or they're challenging Demon Priest, and he's gonna get mad about it.
Uh huh.
Uh, One gripe I do have is Jey Uso kicked out of the Razor's Edge. I don't like
That
that.
kind of bugged me too a little
That
bit,
really bugged me. They even
but
called it the Razor's Edge, and he
but I
kicks
think
out. I'm like,
per-
ah,
personally, I think that's just like a personal preference. because I fucking love Razor Ramon, and that's just like one of the best finishers like in the history of ever.
Well, it's a protected move. No one's ever actually kicked out of the Razor's Edge with Razor Ramon.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was like the one protected. Well, there's other protected moves, right? I guess
Uh
if you
huh.
want to say what was the other one, but someone kicked out at the end of days.
End of
Baron Corbin.
days. That was one. Uh, I'm good. Almost threw up.
But yeah, it was a protected move. So whenever they even like call it the Razor's Edge, and then he
Uh-huh.
does it and he kicks out, I'm like, oh man, I
Dude, I
was
really
kind of
like I'm a fan of Damian Priest. I really like his finisher, South of Heaven, just because that just sounds fucking badass. I just like the sit out choke slam. Like that just it's something different I never really see. But that's always cool. Like just by itself, and I know like at WrestleMania, Drew McIntyre sold the shit out of it where he got like super fucking high. One of the best South of Heavens like probably ever. And then Priest ended up winning with I call it the Avalanche South of Heaven because they were like from the second rope, whatever. And yeah, I think this is gonna lead between a breakup of the Judgment Day, which sucks because I like the Judgment Day, but I like Finn Balor more. And I just want Finn Balor with another championship, another main championship belt.
hmm I don't know, like I just hate the idea that it was like Edge that made the Judgment Day, and then he like got kicked out and then left, or whatever. Like, so
Yeah.
why is it still around? And I feel like there's already enough other factions to really like not have them there, especially with the fact that Rhea Ripley's over on her own. Dominic Mysterio's hated already on his own, and he could just be with Rhea Ripley.
Mm-hmm.
Finn Balor, like you said, could do his own thing, definitely, or should
Mm-hmm.
do. Damian Priest could do his own thing. I don't know about the other dude they're trying to put over.
What's his name? JD McDonough.
Yeah, maybe that's the only good thing for him there. Obviously,
Mm-hmm. Nah, but I feel like playing from the other side too. I feel like this helps them as a faction because they got like all that star power within that team to like help balance like each other out. You know what I mean?
hmm
Like when they first started, I feel like there wasn't really well aside from like Rhea Ripley because she was the champion, but there wasn't really anyone outshining one another because Dominic was the NXT champion or the North American champion, and then Priest and Balor they were both the tag team champions. So it's like there was all the gold there, and then JD McDonough, even though he's just kind of like a lack of a better word, a side piece, that that I feel like he's not like really in the way. I don't think he's annoying or anything. Um, it just I feel like it works out great. So I'm really wondering to see like what's gonna happen afterwards, like the eventual split.
Yeah, I wonder where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it's gonna happen, and I think it should because they're ready to all kind of be separated because they're all their own stars now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But again, the crowd super over still. I was surprised they kept still so pumped up.
Let's see. Real quick before we go to the next match, I had this note here that said that WWE Backlash France was the largest gate of any arena show in WWE history.
So
And
what does that mean? Like the ticket, the amount they paid or something?
yeah, that's what I was assuming, like how much
Yeah.
money they profited out of a regular arena show.
hmm
But then I saw people complaining about it. They're like, dude, seriously? And then I looked it up. So the venue that they were at only holds about 12,000 fans
hmm
to where like the I don't know the name of the arena, but like the basketball arena in Chicago holds 16,000 fans. So I was just thinking, like, dude, like 4,000 less seats. I was like, how much were they charging for a ticket? Like, that's crazy. And then people were posting on Twitter saying, like, dude, for 2 tickets, I paid like $500 or €500 or something like that. Which I feel like that is understandable because when I went to the Royal Rumble last year, I paid $500 for 2 tickets,
God
and
damn.
I felt like I was still kind of far. It was of course, like the rings there. You had all the floor section, and then there was a section where um it's like the 100 sections where it just starts rising up.
Hmm.
Like I was the front row of the 100 section, but we were still so fucking far away from the ring. The ring did look tiny, but that's the most I've ever spent on a fucking wrestling ticket ever. So, and plus they only used up half of the Alamo Dome compared to 2017 when they used the Alamo Dome, but they used the whole thing. But when they used the whole thing, I guarantee you that was the fucking furthest I've ever sat from a wrestling ring in my life. At that time, I think I spent about like $350.
But it's how often do they hold events like this in, these other countries,
True, like take advantage of it. They're like, oh, like we'll do it in another country. Like they'll pay the money.
Yeah, yeah, and it's supply and demand, and it's not. I mean, I feel like they gave them their money's worth. It doesn't seem like anyone's disappointed in like
Yeah,
just
yeah,
paying for it.
exactly. Compared to like, I'm sorry, not well. I guess I am knocking on football, where it's like you have to go fucking crazy for 90 minutes, and then just for the score to be 0-0. Like props to soccer players though. It's like I don't have that much stamina on my fucking body. I can't even run for like 30 seconds.
I tell you, it's football. No, I don't know. Football Americano. Next
¿Dónde
year
está?
on the card, we had the women's tag team titles on the line with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus the Kabuki Warriors. And what did you think of this match?
This match I felt like was the weakest in my opinion.
Hmm.
The weakest of the whole night. I think it was because okay. At this time, the transformer outside of my house exploded, so my electricity went out. I forgot to tell you that before we started.
God damn.
Yeah,
Jade
so
Cargill, they couldn't handle the
she
power of.
she were like that, and then fucking.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit! So I had to call 311. They sent somebody, but the rest of the pay per view I had to watch it off of my phone. So I was kind of upset about that. Long story short, a squirrel crawled into the transformer and blew it up. Um,
That damn CIA Russian squirrels.
I know it's like the birds don't even exist. I feel like Jade Cargill, she's still kind of green. She's still doing a little bit better, but it was weird. Her selling, where I felt whenever she would get knocked down, she got back up like kind of quick. Maybe I was paying attention too much to it. I don't know, but
Yeah.
not. But it was still good. Some spots were a little bit sloppy, in a sense where I felt like there was like a little bit of confusion, especially toward the end, like when who was
Oh,
pinning
yeah.
who.
The end was a
Uh
mess. The end was a mess.
yes, the end was a mess. Because I thought it was Jade Cargill and Kyrie Sane that were supposed to be in the ring, right? That were the legal people.
Hmm.
I think, dude, I have to go back and watch it because I got thrown off like for a loop toward the end. But I know everyone's complaining about the referee too. Like the ref had fucked up too.
Yeah. I think it was the ref that tried to like clear stuff up, or he tried to tell them, oh, this is your spot. And he made it too like obvious and apparent, and it just confused everyone. And but the crowd was still into it. They weren't like, you fucked up or anything like that.
Uh huh.
But yeah, the ref was really like, no, no, you need to be over here. This needs to. I mean, you're not the legal person or whatever. And I feel like the
Yeah.
ref was bringing too much attention to it. And then you had like Jade Cargill like on the, or no, who was it? Bianca Belair on the outside on their side, and then you have Asuka like down on their side, but then crawling over to Bianca to talk to see like, oh, what do we need to do? Who's messing up,
Uh-huh.
you know? And it was just like so obvious that they were like off completely here this
Yeah,
point.
I don't know what happened, but it was off. The one thing I did like though was Jade's finisher when she caught Kyrie Sane and then fucking like just manhandled her.
Yeah,
That was badass. I thought
yeah,
that was cool.
yeah. I don't
But
even think she was the legal person there at that point though. But yeah, that was like the best, probably like the highlight was that part. And I kind of feel what you're saying about Jade selling
mhm.
of like the kicks and stuff, but I feel like she's getting a little better.
No, she is. She
Yeah,
is.
yeah, and she looks fucking good. They both look good together.
Hmm.
I don't know about it. It worked the match like the way the you had this two smaller, faster fighters fighting the bigger, stronger ones. They were able to like make it seem kind of believable, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like personally, I feel like they're gonna have the belts for a long time up until like Royal Rumble season, and then something they're gonna split up to where they're gonna have their WrestleMania match next year.
That'd be pretty rowdy.
Yeah,
But
dude, I'm all for that, and I feel like at that time, you know, Jade should be a lot better than what she was when she first debuted. Instead of it being a squash match, she could be able to have like a 15-20 minute match, like without hesitation. Like, I mean, they both look badass.
yeah, no, they looked good, and again, the crowd was so into it. It was even I didn't even feel like bad when there were those confusions. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Again, the crowd was just like happy for them, and they were pumped up. And I don't know. I don't think it was the weakest match. I feel like the Damian Priest one was weaker,
Hmm.
but that's just my opinion with the Jey Uso. Like his matches are just a lot of super kicks and frog splashes.
Hmm. Let me tell
And
you, my friend, have you seen AEW?
but I was surprised with this match. It was very good, except for the weird ending with the ref,
Hmm.
fucking on them or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not saying like I feel like that's like the benefactor of like my opinion is that I feel like there was a lot of fuck ups, like how we say, especially toward the end.
Hmm.
But I'm not knocking it from the fact like I still enjoyed this match. Like
No,
even though it's the
you
weakest,
just
I'm not
hate
saying it was a
women.
bad
You
match.
hate women. That's just say it. No, you hate
It's like I love women, but just as long as they're not like talking or anything.
you hate foreign women wrestling. That's all. All you want is that Joshi beating up shit.
I gotta write an apology on my notes app and take a screenshot so I can post it real quick. Hold on. Nah, I
um,
love women. Women are beautiful.
no, it was a great match. It was a
Yeah,
great match. And lastly, here for the main event, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes versus the phenomenal one, AJ Styles.
you think? I'm surprised France didn't boo Cody because he was the American Nightmare.
Dude, okay, I know they didn't boo anyone, but they were like on AJ Styles' side, even though he was supposed to be the heel. They were
Oh,
like,
dude, I can't boo AJ Styles, man. I
well,
can't.
even the crowd when you're supposed to, because he's like the bad guy and he looks evilly like he just injected himself with the T virus and he's turned evil. He everyone like whenever they said the phenomenal, they would like start singing about being phenomenal or something, right? Like the crowd.
Yeah, something about phenomenal. Something of a phenomenal chance. That's what I had in my notes too.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, oh my god, excuse me. But the one thing I couldn't get over, dude, was when they're announcing AJ Styles. You know, he's just there posing, and everyone's going fucking nuts, man.
Dude.
It was that gave me chills. I love like like the camera shaking from how loud it is or how
Mhm.
crazy it's going. You know, like that's out of their control. That it reminded me when Trick Williams just recently won the NXT championship. I don't know if you saw the highlight of that. When he won, there was the NXT Performance Center, And that crowd, that's the loudest I've ever heard that place get. And like the camera's shaking from how loud it is in there too. But man, it's badass. That it's little things like that, little things like that.
No, it was a good match. I mean, I don't know. I don't have anything like negative or positive to say about it. It was just a good match, you know.
I feel like I need to watch it again on my TV because I heard a lot of people like praising this match, saying it's really good, and they're like, "Oh, give it 5 stars, whatever." I'm like, "Okay." I was like, go ahead, give it 5 stars." But that a lot of people are praising this match, and I remember watching it, thinking like, "Oh, dude, this is good." But I couldn't focus because I'm worried about the electricity, like being out and everything. I was like,
Yeah, you
fuck,
got other
dude.
things.
I know. I was like, my ice is gonna melt. I gotta keep that freezer closed. I kind of risk it. Shit like that. That was kind of taking my mind off of the match. But I think today I'm gonna go back and watch it. It's crazy. WWE mentions Bullet Club, but I think because like all the former members of Bullet Club are joining WWE, so it's like that gives us the right. Probably. I don't think it works like that. Uh, yeah, and I was surprised they did a fucking what was it that he did? A burning hammer. I haven't seen that move in fucking a long time. Did you catch that? Do you know what the burning hammer is?
I think I saw it because didn't he count or kick out at one, and he like got like
Like
Hulk
pumped
Hogan
up.
pumped up, yeah,
Uh
from
huh.
it.
Yeah, dude. I was like, the burning hammer. I haven't seen in a long time because I thought that move was banned. I thought it was on their ban list from how dangerous it was.
Man, I tell you, they're fucking breaking all the rules now that McMahon's walking around in a cage.
Ah! Ah! And not only that, I'm surprised Cody Rhodes won with only one crossroads.
Yeah, it usually takes what 3.5.
I think it was like 3.5 because it's Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Like they're like the final bosses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I thought it was cool. Overall, this was a really good pay per view. I'll go back and watch it again.
No, I think the pay per view was really like short and sweet, and the crowd was pumped the entire time. And I'm just like, man, like it was a very surprising pay per view to me because I felt like the what was the last one? The Perth, the Elimination Chamber, was that the last one?
WrestleMania.
Was WrestleMania the last one? See, I feel
Hmm.
like even that crowd wasn't even that as pumped as this one. You know, like
I think because of the weather too. I think that was
yeah,
a factor as well. But
but yeah,
um,
there was a lot of factors, but I just this crowd was super pumped. It made me pumped for every match, even the ones that like should have been like, oh, your pee breaks or whatever. But no, like
mhm.
it was a nice short, consolidated, fucking card. Kept it short and sweet, and it was just
Yeah,
good. It was just good, you know.
hell yeah, man. Top tier, chef's kiss. Mwah.
Mhm. I give it 4.5 stars, which is it's 5 stars, but it's not, but it
You
is.
know what? I'll top that. I'll give it 4.75 because it was almost a perfect pay per view. Almost. It's pretty much a perfect pay per view. But I'm not
Yeah,
gonna give it 5 stars.
yeah, it might as well be, but it isn't. But it's not, but
Yeah,
it is.
because it wasn't in the Tokyo Dome. If it was in the Tokyo Dome, I would have given it 6.5.
Yeah, it's not. It's the Kurt Angle of pay per views,
I know,
but
but you gotta understand, plans change.
well, moving on to from Backlash, I wanted to talk to you real quick about a few things. First and foremost, I saw this article here. They were doing the barcodes. They've been doing the barcodes, right? The subliminal
Hmm.
messaging stuff. So the Wyatt Six WWE's Mystic tribute unveiled. They're saying Uncle Howdy's faction is basically featuring Bo Dallas, Nikki Cross, Dexter Loomis, Joe Gacy, and Eric Rowan.
Huh.
What do you think of that? That's what's developing.
That's creepy. Next
The
story. I'm just kidding.
The absence of Alexa Bliss has sparked debate among fans. who are eager to see how the faction will honor Bray Wyatt's legacy and provide a platform for character development and compelling storylines.
I'm. I mean, I'm interested. I really am because I was wondering what they're doing with Nikki Cross because she just kind of vanished out of nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
and I forgot Dexter Loomis was still part of the company. Like I like what he was kind of doing, like the creepy stalker shit with like the
Yeah,
Miz.
he would
Like
just appear, right?
you're just his fucking crazy blue eyes. And then Eric Rowan, I know they just signed him back recently too.
Is that
Um,
is that the guy with the choo choo train music?
no, that's Braun Strowman.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
For
choo choo
some
train.
reason, I thought Braun Strowman's real name was Eric Rowan,
No,
and they
Eric
just
Rowan, he's the one with the bald one with the red beard.
oh, okay.
Yeah, the big white one. You're like, oh yeah, I know.
You're not narrowing it down. No, you're making it more vague.
Like, am I really?
No,
Oh
I don't know.
shit. Oh okay. Damn it. I know you've
Yeah,
seen him before though.
let me look. Eric Rowan.
Yeah, he's the one with the orange beard from the Wyatts.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I
Yeah,
see that.
they just signed him back, which is cool because I've always liked him too. And then Joe Gacy, he's an interesting character because I remember when he first debuted on
Oh,
on
okay.
NXT, he had this weird character. This one,
Hmm.
where he's like in a button-up shirt, and he would wrestle in that, like the weird getup. But when I'm trying to remember, a lot of people considered it controversial because it reads like a bunch of news outlets like about his character, like I guess making fun of like the wokeness of like society, how like everyone's sensitive. Like I don't remember what it was, but it was some fucking
It was
controversy.
some political tide. Like people were, oh well, he's referring to this or that or the Proud Boys or the
Oh
fucking
man, let me
whatever.
see. Because I remember hearing about it, I was like, that sounds interesting. Drunken see controversy.
I like Nikki Cross. She's pretty hot.
Oh yeah, she's cool.
Yeah.
Is WWE. Let's kind of let me see. Joe Gacy comments on controversy surrounding his WWE NXT debut. This is from WrestlingInc.com. Um, let's see. Uh, WWE NXT 2.0 superstar Joe Gacy has had the wrestling world talking from the moment he debuted with his controversial promos, but found that situation pretty cool. Uh, let me see. It had been reported that Vince McMahon has been more hands-on with WWE's developmental brand since the change to
Oh,
NXT 2.0, but
I'm
that
sure he's
doesn't
been
mean.
hands on. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying?
Let me see. What was this character? It doesn't say anything about this fucking character.
Come on out, you rapist! Wow.
Oh man, let me. Okay, but we can continue on with the
Yeah.
story.
Well, in any event, hopefully that works. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully all the QR codes weren't for nothing, and we can continue with Bray Wyatt's legacy. I don't know. We'll see. However, whether you like him or not. Not that he wasn't a good guy. I just don't know about his
Yeah,
character. Uh,
we'll see where this goes. I'm interested.
yeah. I wonder how it's going to be with all the other factions.
Hmm
How it goes into that. Breaking news from yesterday. I know you sent me this. WrestleMania 41 is coming to Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. I wonder who spilled the beans on that, Undertaker.
I think it's gonna be over there. That's what I heard. Dude,
What do
that
you
is
think?
so funny.
What do you think of that? I like the logo.
The logo's fucking badass. I really
Yeah,
like that. I I want to try to go.
really.
I really want to go. Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Vegas, but I feel like they're gonna hike up prices up the fucking ass. I know them.
Oh yeah, and they're already hiked up because that's already a fucking tourist destination, you know.
Yeah. Of course, bottles. But it's exciting. I can't remember. No, WrestleMania 9 that they had it in Vegas, right? It was like Caesar's Palace. They had it outside. That was like one of the worst manias. WrestleMania 9.
I can't
Because
spell
that was the one when Hulk Hogan came in to save like Bret Hart.
WrestleMania 9 in Vegas.
I think it was in Vegas. I think it was Caesar's Palace. Yes, it is. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it looked like. Caesar's Palace, and it was just like that small area too.
I'm about to say that looks just like that was WrestleMania. It looks like a little indie show and shit.
It looks cool though.
Except
No,
is that when Hulk Hogan came out with the black eye to
yeah,
beat Yokozuna?
yeah, because he fucked Bubba the Love Sponge too hard or something.
That's funny. No, I'm down for WrestleMania in Las Vegas. It sounds cool. I mean, even though we kind of was spoiled, but I'm sure it'll be big. And then, like I was saying, it's already a tourist destination, so I feel like people, I don't know, it's gonna be a big deal, you know.
Dude, and Allegiant Stadium itself looks pretty badass too. Because
Is that the one you were talking about the last time we were talking about it?
I think so that we said, yeah. Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
we're looking at the capacity. It's the home for the LA Raiders, so everything's like a nice slick black seating. Like it looks badass. That is from the outside. It looks weird, the building itself.
oh yeah, ooh, bless you.
Thank you. But that's what it
Yeah,
looks like inside. But it looks badass. I think it holds like 60,000 people.
god damn. And then we were talking about maybe them having like the Hall of Fame at the Sphere or something.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick. And then,
Yeah,
dude, I feel like the Hall of Fame, they'll charge tickets up the ass for that shit.
dude. But if they did it at the Sphere or like a SmackDown or Raw at the Sphere or whatever,
Dude, that's
uh,
gonna look crazy.
yeah,
I,
that'd be
I don't
cool.
think I don't think they will have a SmackDown or Raw, but maybe
Well, the
the
Hall
Hall
of
of
Fame
Fame.
is tied to SmackDown, no? Because they have it right after SmackDown is the Hall of Fame.
Yes,
They film at the
yeah,
same time.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe they'll change it up. I don't know. That's what I'm just guessing.
And then by next year, I don't know, are the PLEs with Netflix already? Or are they
Oh, that is gonna be
Raw?
next year. All the Raws are gonna be on Netflix.
On Netflix.
I want to say,
Yeah,
yeah, ready next year.
January 2025. So, I mean, I wouldn't even doubt if like Netflix would be down to do the money to have Raw on fucking at the Sphere, you know?
Yeah, man, they're gonna make that's a lot of money. I wish I had. That's all I'm getting from this. I just wish I had all this money.
I don't know. I wonder how it's gonna be as far as the PLE is, if it's still gonna be with Peacock or with
Yeah,
50. I mean, I'd pay the $50 for the 2 nights or whatever, but we'll see.
yeah, for sure, definitely. But man, that logo looks fucking badass.
Yeah, it's a badass fucking logo, and there's a lot of room for like other artists to join in. Just even like with this WrestleMania, where they had Lil Wayne and they had other artists. Fucking Vegas, dude. That's like you could have anyone there, you know, and it would
Uh huh.
make sense. So
You could have Canelo if the money's right.
Katy Perry, she's
Hell yeah,
there.
dude. Katy
Madonna.
Perry, but like the wokeness, right? Or post wokeness.
We could have Woke Malone instead of Post Malone.
Oh, woke Malone. Man, I'm having a fucking stroke. Oh man.
Moving on to
Please. I
other wrestling news. I know you sent me this
was about to throw up.
about Ronda Rousey. And this is Jimmy Smith. Who is Jimmy Smith? He's I don't know who Jimmy Smith
From
was.
what I remember, I think he used to commentate for the UFC, but they brought him on Raw for a little bit to do the color commentary, and
Okay.
then I don't know if they released him or they have him doing something else backstage. Maybe he went back to like ESPN or something.
So
But
this is Jimmy. I'm
oh,
sorry.
go,
This is I'm gonna read. No. This is Jimmy Smith commenting on Ronda Rousey and all the shit she's been saying about UFC and WWE. Here's Jimmy Smith. I've never been a religious person, right? One of the things I've always said about God, he gets all the credit, none of the blame. That's what Ronda Rousey wants. All the credit, none of the blame. I want credit for all my wins, my losses. I had TT and all this and all that. I'm the greatest to ever do it, but when it didn't work, it was so and so and so and so and never me. She never gives credit to the people who actually beat her. The idea that I left MMA and went to the WWE because I had concussion problems makes no sense. If you haven't noticed, I don't talk about things out of school. I don't talk about things out of school, do I? Behind the scenes in WWE, behind the scenes in UFC, I don't do that, right? Kind of personal rule. Let me let you into something, Rhonda, if you are listening. The people behind the scenes, camera people, audio people, and the people you can push around, the people you can bully, and the people you can talk down to can't stand your fucking ass. Everybody behind the scenes that had to put a mic on Ronda Rousey couldn't stand her. I asked why, and they said she was a bitch to us from the moment that she sat down to the moment she got up. Like it's our fault. She has to do this interview to hype this fight or whatever. She's miserable and she's mean to us. We can't stand her. They were cheering when she got knocked out. That's what I was told. So, what do you think about Jimmy Smith and his opinions on Ronda Rousey?
um, I kind of want to put it past Ronda to be a bitch. She just looks like an asshole. Next story. I don't know. I feel like that does make more sense. You know, when she was champion, and there was that video going around saying that wrestling's fucking fake, like talking shit about the company, whatever. I don't know if you remember that video. It was circulating for a second, but she was calling like wrestling fake while she was the women's champion.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, man, this was like 2019 or 2020,
Mm-hmm.
and like she had her family, whatever. Good for her. She comes back, and then it's like the same shit. I think it's what we mentioned last time. She's upset because she didn't get that Brock Lesnar treatment. That's why she has like a bunch of bad things to say. But I feel like I wouldn't put it to not like discrediting her or anything because I felt like she was responsible for having women in the main event, especially to main event WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it just sucks that when people's egos are too fucking big to be able to work with anybody, and that's just the same shit that we got here.
I feel like yeah, maybe she was responsible for the women main eventing, blah blah blah. But it was more of a novelty of a match
Mm-hmm.
because of her UFC status than it really was her athleticism. Not that she isn't a good athlete from UFC or whatever, but eventually we would have gotten there. If she hadn't gone there, we would have, of course, with Charlotte Flair or what's her name, Mercedes Moné. Now, whenever she was in the WWE, like
Mm-hmm.
these Rhea Ripley, they would have eventually gotten to that point of main eventing WrestleMania. Yeah, she may have like sped up the process, but I think in a more novelty way rather than a natural way,
Mm-hmm.
of women doing it.
Yeah,
It was more
I
it
agree.
was more by accident than actual like talent. I don't know. It just worked out.
Mm-hmm. Because compared like Ronda Rousey, the wrestler, she wasn't that great.
Yeah, no, she wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But it's just like the star power that she had. She was able to elevate like the. I don't know. I feel like they could have. Do you think they could have done it without Ronda Rousey? With how big Becky Lynch was getting, like with the whole man persona, like with her nose busted open and everything. Do you
mhm.
think that if they didn't have Ronda Rousey, they still would have had women main event WrestleMania?
Eventually, yeah. I don't know how quick it would have been, but I think Charlotte Flair would have gotten there pretty quick. Like you said, Rhea Ripley. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
No, Becky Lynch. I'm sorry. Like you said, Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley for sure would have. I feel like it would have gotten to that point, even if it was the token, Bianca Belair, and
Mm-hmm.
or even if it was like because we needed a black champion or whatever, like to go that route, female.
Uh-huh.
I feel like it would have gotten that way too. Eventually, this just happened to happen because maybe Vince McMahon, maybe it was his doing because of course, he likes those like matches with like cross promotion, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't think it was her uh that really brought women into the main event of wrestling. I think eventually would have been someone else that would have done it better, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but all the flack she's been getting from all the shit talking, she's really, like I keep saying, burning bridges, and maybe she can. I mean, maybe she has all the money she needs to, that she doesn't can just air out all that dirty laundry and not give a
Mm-hmm.
fuck. And everyone be like, no, even like Rhea Ripley, or I keep saying Rhea Ripley, even Becky Lynch is like defending WWE, like, nah, she's not all that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like we were fine without her. We would have been fine without her. You know, we didn't need her. You know.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was drinking water. And plus, it's always been fuck Ronda Rousey too.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
have nothing against her, but if she's gonna talk shit like that and then think she's like the woman that put every other woman on the map, it's like, nah, like calm down there. There are a lot of women, like you just happen to be good at your point, but there are a lot of women who are like so much better than you now at a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And I just don't like her because she had like comments about like Sandy Hook, like when that happened. So I'm like, okay, you can fucking fuck off.
Yeah, yeah. We don't need to comment on stuff like
No,
what
let's talk about that.
Ronda.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. No, I'm saying more about Ronda. Like you already hated enough. Like, let me find another way for you to hate me.
I know it's
What
just
I
like,
think.
wow, here, though, she's doing a good job. She's a fucking bitch.
Yeah, we don't need you to be a heel. Oh, well, let me. This is the way I can do it. No, no,
It's like,
no. Calm down,
ma'am, this is a Wendy's,
ma'am. You're just picking up your kid from school. We don't need
right?
to hear about that. This is why
It's
I need
like
to be first. I'm in a hurry.
this. I'm in a hurry to get back home. That which is not gonna leave anywhere.
I need to go play my Nintendo Switch. My
The
battery's
hell?
low.
Oh wait, no. Then that, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, my Joy-Con's drifting.
Ooh, oh my heart, man. That hit kind of close to home.
Next here on the list, and this has to do kind of with Ronda Rousey because of Drew Gulak, which he was the one that she was saying, right? Accidentally touched her drawstring. Was that
Yes.
was that Drew Gulak? And that was apparently a big deal, and he had to come out and defend himself about him touching her drawstring on her trunks.
This whole story is so weird.
And apparently, there's more to it because Drew Gulak, WWE drama unfolds amidst bullying claims. So I guess he was released from WWE. Drew Gulak's departure from WWE has been surrounded by controversy, with reports suggesting he was not renewed due to allegations of bullying and targeting injuries during match. Triple H has responded to these reports, while Ronda Rousey's comments have also been implicated in the situation. The allegations include claims of Gulak intentionally spiking another talent and being reprimanded by HBK. Despite the controversy, Gulak's departure has sparked a broader conversation about WWE's handling of such issues and the role of public figures in addressing them.
Just right now, I am listening to your story, but I just sent you a video of the spike that they are referring to. Of like how they said that he had spiked someone on their head.
Let's watch here.
Just too much to combat. Too many different distractions.
Oh,
Ugh,
that was really bad.
that was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Um, I had like something else that I thought I did.
That was really. We'll watch that right here again. Yeah, that was really
Oh,
fucking bad.
yeah, it's like it's crazy that you have this guy who's been in the business for like 20 plus years and he hasn't made a big name for himself yet. Or that doesn't have a lot of star power to think like he's able to do a bunch of shit like this. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Ah man, it just sucks. It's like it's another Bill DeMont situation. Did you hear about Bill DeMont? Like that whole situation that
Nah.
do you know who Bill DeMont is? He's like a wrestler from like 2001 or something, but he was uh uh there you go. So this guy, he became a trainer for NXT back in like 2012 or 2013. And like he was like one of the worst of the worst, like super racist, super homophobic, and like made people do drills like favoritism,
Uh-huh.
where he'll make people do extra drills just the fact because he didn't like them. Or when he was like teaching moves, like he was just extra hard because he felt like no one could fucking touch him or anything like that. And there was they did this NXT documentary a while ago, like back when like Finn Balor was still in NXT, like 2014, 2015. And he was in the documentary, like, you know, saying like, oh, like we train all these you know, like the future superstars of tomorrow. And then, you know, at the end, they show like those snippets of like the performers, and then they have text at the bottom saying like, "Oh, like what they're doing that day," or like what they're doing today, and it says Bill DeMott has been released from the WWE due to like sexual assaulting allegations.
Poor guy. Uh,
They're not giving it a chance. And then there was also that. Oh, I think it was right there too that Cody Rhodes was talking shit about. Well, not talking shit. Was talking about Drew Gulak as well.
let's
The
see
Wrestle Talk
here.
one.
Yeah, here about 7 years ago on Busted Open, Cody Rhodes said this about Drew Gulak. There's a wrestler by the name of Drew Gulak, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you I think he sucks. He does a grizzled old vet routine. He hasn't done anything or made any money anywhere, and he shouldn't be doing that routine. He looked at me from his table and frustrated and jealous because there were people in line at my table. Hell, they might even have been in line just for the pizza, says to me. So that's what you need to get over. And he walks down in a total huff and temper tantrum. Since then, that guy is on my list 100%. I will regularly text Ethan Page just to tell him how much I think Drew Gulak sucks. uh,
Man, dude, that's so crazy, man. Like I said again, you don't have that star power. The
no,
what is it? Oh shit, I can't think of the word. Like, you know, like the pedigree, the prestige of being able to do all that stuff.
yeah, you could look at like back in the day, Shawn Michaels. He would do like fucked up shit, but get away with it because he was like the best or the champion, or
Uh
you know what I
huh.
mean, like a talent that like man, he keeps doing drugs or he keeps doing this or that, or he keeps like being late or messing up. But we're gonna let him get away with it because he's fucking Shawn Michaels, you know, like
Uh huh.
yeah. And this dude's
That
doing shit like that, diva shit, and he's not even like anyone like that, you know.
and I was like, sir, this is a Wendy's, please.
Oh no, but here's Triple H. Let's see if we could do this where Triple H was asked about Drew Gulak, and then he talked shit about Fightful and PW Insider. Let's see.
That was funny.
It did. Lucas Sharpie of the 10 Count Media. I just wanted to ask you, Fightful and PW Insider reported that Drew Gulak was released by WWE. I just wanted you to clarify on the situation if that was true, and is there anything to do with Ronda Rousey's accusation about sexual?
Well, first of all, if you're going to cite news sources, pick good ones. That's where I would start. Credible, really, maybe. Yeah. We release talent all the time. We have NFL releases 400 or 500 people a year, players a year. We release talent all the time. It's a part of what we do. You cannot just hire people, bring them in, keep hiring more people, and just keep bringing them in. So, an unfortunate part of the job is talent get released. Can I say that he was released? He was not released. His contract was just not renewed.
Dang.
Damn. It's crazy to think that he's more straight up with it compared to like Tony Khan. Oh, we sold 81,000 tickets. We're all in London.
Well, and he doesn't like beat around the question like, oh, that's a good question. We hire a bunch of people. He completely like ignores it and answers a different question, you know. But
I just like his response makes sense too. It's like it's just business.
and it's just funny that he that reporter did you and evil. I was just like, dude, like he keeps and maybe he's nervous. I'd be nervous too if I was asking Triple H a fucking question, you know?
Yeah, especially a question kind of like that where it's like, I don't want to get. I know it's a serious question, but I really don't want to get a stupid answer from Triple H because it's Triple H.
Yeah, it's kind of a like not a back patting question. It's not a softball question. It's like a sort of a controversial topic, you know. So of course it's gonna be nervous. But then also, like you said about releasing or not renewing, did you know they released that Chad Gables that
Gable Stevenson.
Is it what was his name? Gable Stevenson or
Gable Stevenson.
Did you know? Yeah, I saw that and I was like, man, weren't they pushing the shit out of him at WrestleMania? That he like came out and gave someone like a German suplex or something at one WrestleMania.
He only had one match against Baron Corbin at NXT, like one of the takeovers they had like last year. And dude, people were fucking booing the shit out of Gable Stevenson. Like Baron Corbin looked confused at how much he was getting like cheered for, like in the match. But I think with Gable Stevenson too, he had a lot of controversy behind him too because something with him and a minor, like that was just recently too. I didn't get to see too much into it, but I was just like, man, bro,
I play a lot of Minecraft and
yeah, dude. I was like, don't you just like have a private server where you do that stuff, you know?
Can't you just trade with the villagers instead of stealing all their killing them and stealing all their shit?
I know. See, that's when people start talking when you start killing the villagers.
But no, I was surprised about that too, but yeah, him saying that was kind of a big deal about what is it? Him talking shit about Fightful and PW Insider. They were kind of saying we're credible sources. What are you talking about? And people are all, you know, like, I don't know about that.
Eating it up, man. They're eating it up. Dude, but I think that's so funny because that who is it that works for Fightful? The Sean Ross Sapp? Is that his name?
Yeah, that's Sapp.
Did he get up? He got upset by it, right? Did he get upset?
He got upset. He was like, we are a credible source. We double check our sources, and I don't know why he's taking a dig at it. And it's not even Triple H. Like the dude, the guy who asked the question is the one looping in those two. You know, it's not like Triple H mentioned them by fucking name. You know, it was the dude who said, "Well, Fightful Select and PW Insider have sourced that this information." And he's like, "Well, you need credible sources. You know, better sources." And so it was really that dude who like is setting himself up or something.
I know, and it's like, what better source could he get than from fucking Triple H himself? You know?
Yeah, I wouldn't have. No, I wouldn't have like said, "Oh, well, these sources." Like, I would have said, "Well, this is the question. Can you answer it?" You know what I mean? Not say, "Well, these other places said, this is what's happening. Is it true?"
Yeah, this is Dave Meltzer with the star rating system. Don't you understand? I feel like he's pretty credible.
You know, Kurt Angle, 4.5
So,
stars.
I'll just speak to 6.5 and above. So I'll only talk to Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson, and
poor people don't like AEW.
It's true. No, I don't know. I don't know about all this. I don't know what we always make fun of these sources in wrestling, and it's like I don't know. It's not real, but it is. So it's like, what can you say or do? You know?
it always makes me wonder how where does Dave Meltzer get his stuff from? Where does is this something working in WWE that tells him like, hey, this is what's happening, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
mole or something.
Yeah, like a mole. Where I probably feel like that might be illegal. I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be like some breach of contract because someone's doing something illegal that they're not supposed to do. But then again, everyone's doing it, so it's just like I don't know. It's real weird.
Yeah,
Journalism's weird.
I don't know. Especially in like, I feel not even just in wrestling, but sports in general, where it's not really like stories that affect the world. Like these are like these people who keep stats on basketball players. It's like, dude, this is just a sport. You know what I mean? Like, why do you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know every single number and the average this person has, and
Dude,
you know what
oh
I
my
mean?
god. I fucking love sports. I love mainly like basketball and football. But it's like I fucking roll my eyes when it tells me LeBron James is the first player above 35 years old who scored 35 points and 5 rebounds in the month of April, left-handed. And I'm just like, man, dude, I was like, I don't give two fucking shits as long as they win a championship. I was like, if it ain't about the Spurs, I don't want to hear about it. Or
And
I don't.
to me,
Go ahead.
that's the same thing as wrestling, or even like as me telling you what level Bulbasaur learns this attack or evolves. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's level 18. Yeah.
yeah, it's like it's the same sort of fantasy we live in. Like these are stats that don't matter to the world. You know?
Yeah, like I understand, like it's different to where if someone gets released or anything. But to say like, oh, like this site's more credible than the other, it's like, bro, you're all reporting the same news. Like
Yeah. I don't
it's
know.
fine. It's fine.
It's sports. It's not even like life changing stuff, you know. I don't know.
It's weird, man.
Hmm.
Like how you could off topic, like how you're able to like bet on sports like basketball or whatnot. And same thing with WWE, they're trying to get to the same thing too. But I feel like it's a little bit more impossible to be betting like with sports and stuff because I mean, well, it'd be betting on WWE because, like you say, it's predetermined, and I feel like the news might get leaked about that shit. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
To where it's like anyone can win money as when it comes to wrestling. I don't know. That's just me, kind of like twiddling around.
It's fucking. It's all just made up stuff, you know.
Uh huh.
It's a
Yep.
weird world.
I know,
Ah,
man. But I'm about it, man. We're all. It's just Neanderthal self-rep, just like competition. I'm all about it.
it's all just made up to keep us distracted from the fact that the sun's going to explode in billions of years. But you
And
know,
that
whatever.
the water's making the frogs gay. Yeah.
That's true. No, it's not. It's just changing the men into women. No, the
Wait,
female
no,
and the
keep
male
going.
and the
It's
female.
kind of hot.
Mhm, mhm. Nah. Speaking of not hot. This can go into
Speaking
that.
of gay frogs,
Speaking of, we were saying Ethan Page, from what's his name, Cody Rhodes talking
uh,
about to Ethan Page. Fightful has confirmed that Ethan Page is no longer with AEW or Ring of Honor. What do you think
huh?
of that? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing?
I don't know. I was gonna say I haven't heard about Ethan Page in a long time. I totally forgot he was with AEW. I thought he was still. I think he used to be part of TNA or of Impact when it was still Impact. Um, I don't know. I never really seen too much of him wrestle. It kind of sucks. Like it's crazy to think how we would say years ago, like 5 years ago, give or take, how WWE has too many wrestlers. Like they don't know what to do with them. It's the same ones. Oh, go to AEW, like because they're giving more opportunity over there. And then fast forward to today, and it's like the roles are completely switched.
Ridiculously switched.
hmm Dude, for real, it's. I would have had that on my bingo card of 2024, but hey, here we are.
I wouldn't even play bingo in 2024, but that's just
Oh,
my
dude, I love bingo. I have a gambling addiction.
Have you played bingo like at a bingo hall before? Like
Yeah.
where with real money? It's
Uh-huh.
kind of fun. It's kind of fun like
I
that.
won once $715. And after I won and the game was over, I left right away because I didn't want anyone to know what I was driving.
Hell yeah. That's the way to do
Mm-hmm.
it.
Dude, yeah. It's fucking badass. I love bingo. I just love money. I could just never have a hold of it for a long time.
Speaking of money, no, I don't know. This is confirmed, I guess. Kamille has signed with AEW,
I'm sorry,
and
did you say something?
yeah, if anyone if anyone is just listening to the podcast, we have a picture of Kamille here. And if you don't know who Kamille is, she was in NWA. Go look at her. She is like a white Jade Cargill. She is hot as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's like the vanilla to the chocolate.
She's she was the one that you showed a picture of there. She looked like she had the gladiator get up, right?
Yeah,
Or like
yeah.
a Spartan, like the skirt, whatever.
Mm-hmm. No, she looks like from Wonder Woman. One of those,
Yes.
yeah, those fucking Wonder Women.
The
She looks
Amazonians,
an
right?
Amazonian. There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
I
Wonder Women.
wouldn't
There's
mind getting
more.
her delivered in 2 nights or less. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
that that prime delivery, baby.
Dude, I wish the best for her. I just man, I just don't want them to get lost in the mix. That's the only thing.
I think she's just gonna be their new Jade Cargill. I mean, I hope they represent her right, but um, again, like with someone like this, like you just said, I hope they do her by her right and not just overshadow her with Mercedes Monet or Julia Hart. You know, someone like I don't know. I have nothing against them, but it's like they have more women that are better. We talked about it. Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker, the
Thunder
candlestick,
Rosa.
the candlestick maker, Thunder Rosa.
And what's the name of the champion now? Willow Nightingale.
She's all right. I like her.
Yeah,
Chris Statlander.
yeah, Chris Stanlander. They have a huge women's roster. Ruby
Tony
Soho.
Storm.
Well,
Tony
she's out
Storm.
now because she's pregnant.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, she can get pregnant. I didn't know. No, no. She's cool. She's a cool little girl, a cool boy girl.
Ruby Soho. Na 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 na. Oh wait, no, that's the other song. Never mind. But
Uh,
I hope with Camille, she has. I don't. I try not to wish bad on anybody. I'm not wishing bad on her at all. But like you say, I don't want them to get lost in a mix, and I don't want them to get necessarily like the Jade Cargill experience. Meaning, like, I mean, Jade Cargill, she was a star over there in AEW too, but I felt like she was only limited to Rampage. I felt like they only had her on the Friday show because I never saw her on AEW Dynamite on Wednesdays. As far as like every other show, they would do like back and forth, back and forth.
Mhm.
Like every other of their wrestlers would go like intertwined between the shows and Ring of Honor to where she was just there uh, on Rampage. Like if she's able to go to Dynamite back and forth, Ring of Honor. Yeah, I feel like that's what they need to do more, so that way they can help their wrestlers build up more of an audience. And quick question: how do you feel? What's your opinion on their display or promotion of Mercedes Moné at the moment?
I don't know, man. I think they're doing it right by waiting, but I think they kind of flubbed it up when they like presented her, and I don't know if she'll live up to the hype of how much she's worth. Because yeah, she's beautiful. She's a great name. She's a decent talker, but I don't know about like compared to the wrestlers like Statlander or even Kamille, or Tony Storm, who are like athletically more stronger and can probably wrestle better. I don't know how they can make her out to be like stronger than them, especially Kamille now, who is like a Jade Cargill as far as body type, but can actually already wrestle. Is like a veteran, of like wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't believe she can be better than them, but if they want to present it that way, I understand because that's what they're gonna do with the money they paid her for however long.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope it doesn't do a disservice to Monet for by not having her wrestle as long as she's been not wrestling. Does that make sense? Where it's
What?
like, how do you say? Like they signed her already, like what, like back in March, and she still hasn't had a match yet in AEW.
Yeah.
So I'm just worried, like, fuck, what if she does have her first match and it's like not good, like it's sloppy. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm not. I feel like she'll be okay because it's Mercedes Moné, whatever. Like she's one of the best. But that's just like a concern of mine. I was like, fuck, like what if she gets sloppy, or what if she accidentally, knock on wood, she gets hurt by accident. And that's the main fear like you have. You know what, like the CM Punk treatment was like they have one match and they get injured,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
paper skin and glass bones. Man, but another thing, it doesn't really pertain. Well, it does pertain to Monet. I really hate her theme song. I hate it.
CEO,
Dude, it's
CEO,
so. It sounds
CEO.
generic. It
It's
sounds.
not. It's annoying.
It really is.
CEO. It sounds like the music you play to like fuck with prisoners or something at a in a prison, like a
Oh, like the
gulag or
brown
something.
note.
Sort of like the brown note, but not as cool. Yeah.
Right, man, dude. Dude, if I was a wrestler, I think I would like my theme song would just be the brown note.
Just that
Er,
frequency.
And then everyone just to be the major heel, and everyone's like, "Oh man, he's making me sick to my stomach." And then like I'm just soaking it all in, all the methane gas being released.
I'm pretty sure that's just Jeff Jarrett's song.
Man, real quick about Jeff Jarrett, Richard can't stop playing his theme song every time I talk to him. Oh
Oh,
man, shout out
Jeff
Richard.
Jarrett. Shout out to Richard, I tell you.
Richard Jarrett.
Speaking of oh wait. Oh no, here's AEW, right? Cody Rhodes was asked if he still finds himself pulling for AEW. The narrative changed a lot about my contributions to AEW. That was very disappointing. There are some people, I'm not going to say their names, they know who they are, who kind of tried to put some propaganda out when I left. There's a quote in the Young Bucks book about how I was the last to the signing. Me, Matt, and Nick are as close as ever. So glad I had them in my career, my life. If you're being honest, AEW does not happen without me. It doesn't. With that in mind, I could never root against them. What do you think about this Homelander pick of?
Dude, I was gonna say, man, he's pretty close to mentioning fuck, what is it? Oh wait, no, he didn't mention it. It was that other chick. There was like, oh, it's called white genocide, and then he was just there like, like that bitch. It's like if you're fucking up, if you're getting Homelander to make that reaction, you know what I mean?
I mean, do you think he has a point? Because I know you knew more about like the inception of AEW kind of before I did. Because you were like, oh, I remember you talking about it when we had first met,
Mm-hmm.
and you being more hyped for it. Because I was like, okay, cool. I didn't know it was such a big deal. But do you think it couldn't have happened without Cody Rhodes?
I don't think it could have happened without Cody. The more I think about it, because it's just like, because I remember at the time, like Cody Rhodes is doing his Stardust gimmick, and it wasn't getting anything. And when I don't know if he got released or he asked for his release, but him going to like Ring of Honor and like New Japan, like that was a big fucking thing because that was one of like the bigger names from WWE to go and like do that stuff, like in a long time. And just for him to go be part of the Bullet Club when the Bullet Club was like really fucking hot at the time, like that shit was crazy. Um, Ring of Honor at the time too, that was getting one of the biggest pops at the time. Like I went to a Ring of Honor show back in 2016 or 2017, and dude, it was badass. But this was when the Elite were still part of that, and like Kenny Omega, Adam Page, Young Bucks, Marty Scurll. Before he like assaulted like a teenager. Um,
Yeah.
and like Cody Rhodes was there, and it was weird seeing Cody being like the face of like Ring of Honor. Like he worked his ass off, rightfully so. Was able to build that following where people like supported him and shit. And it's just crazy. Like I feel like he built this company, and then a lot of the fans like turned their back on him because they're like, "Oh man, Cody Rhodes has to be a part of everything now, whatever." And then now it went over to the Young Bucks, where everyone's just tired of the Young Bucks, like fucking running everything now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but man, it's crazy to think, man. Like the inception of AEW, the time that it happened, it was fucking crazy. Good times,
No,
man. Good times.
I remember like, well, not. I remember you being pretty hyped for it, and then when I would watch it, and again seeing like some of the stars getting released from WWE and then showing up on AEW, and it was like, oh man, they could really turn their career around. They'll get more time. They'll be represented better. And some were just duds, some were flops, some were done right,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just weird now looking back at it. Yeah, even just with this, and then with Cody Rhodes leaving AEW and going to WWE and being the biggest thing over there now, it's insane. When he left AEW, he was like everyone hated him so
Uh
much,
huh. I feel like I don't know, man. I feel like something had to happen over there for Cody to leave AEW.
I think so too, but he's obviously like the bigger guy that he doesn't let it get aired out. You know what I mean?
Uh
Even like
huh.
with the whenever we had the clashing interviews with CM Punk saying about his time in AEW, and then him saying how oh yeah, it was a job, I liked it, but it wasn't really. He's not a boss, Tony Khan, blah blah blah. And you have
Mm-hmm.
the other side with Cody Rhodes saying, "Oh no, I love everyone there. Everyone worked hard. I just needed to do this for me or whatever. It was my time. So
Yeah. Like I recall to. Okay, that was my chair. I thought the doorbell ring. Um, wait, it just said ding, but that was like a spring popping off. Um, I remember Cody Rhodes did the podcast with Stone Cold's podcast, and like he'd asked him like, "Oh, like why'd you eventually leave AEW to go back to WWE?" And I felt like he was kind of beating around the bush, where he was because he had mentioned, "Oh, like that's like my child, and I've seen it grow to like what it is." and I thought it was time for me to leave. Like, that's always going to be my baby. I'm always going to support them. But he's like, but in the end, it's all about the WWE Championship, you know? Like, and I was thinking, like, didn't you like break the throne, like in symbolism to like that was Triple H, you know? Where it's like that's water under the bridge now because obviously Cody's the champion,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just crazy. I just think there's something behind it, like behind the curtains, to where it actually influenced him. Was like, man, there's like I'm just assuming at this point. There's like no control. There's like no true like leadership. But a lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's like Chris Jericho, John Moxley, and Bryan Danielson are the leaders." But I'm just there thinking, like, you're the EVPs. Like you're all friends. I feel like that's probably what I'm guessing is like the main point of his decision too, because he's like, "Oh, don't be friends with your boss," because I mean that just like can't happen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a business, and at first, they were just like having fun, blah blah blah. But then when they tried to like get it into an actual business and it make money and stuff like that, people had obviously different views, and
Yeah,
yeah, I could see him. He might be beating around the bush, but then he's the kind of guy that doesn't want to burn bridges. He's like, oh no, this person, like, I can't have anything to say negative about them. If you
yeah,
can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. That's the kind of
yeah,
person he
exactly,
seems like. But
exactly.
speaking of not saying anything nice about someone, here's Vince McMahon in New York City last night, and it says here, do you think he's really this frail or trying to gain sympathy like Harvey Weinstein? And let's check that out.
Could you stop ruining every moment that we shared together? Jesus Christ. Maybe he doesn't want to be filmed. Yes, that's right. Then do from a distance, genius. Could you stop ruining every moment?
Man, what
Vince
is he? He looks like one of my Theos.
But he was already walking with the cane at one of the WrestleManias, right? When he went, oh no, to Saudi with the Undertaker.
Was he?
Yeah, there was like a clip of him with the Undertaker. Let me see.
Because I thought at the time he had like hip replacement, right?
Vince McMahon, Kane.
CANE, yeah. Undertaker.
I don't know if it's gonna find what I wanted to see, or look, see, here's Vince McMahon and the Undertaker.
Oh yeah.
And that was at the Saudi show.
Just wanted to do a couple of quick questions. It's not live. It's just.
Man, how long ago was that?
Dude, that was like right before they sold, I think, right before Endeavor bought. So it was like
2022. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say I thought he was trying to get sympathy, like from how frail he looked.
I don't think he even looks that's funny with the neck brace. I don't think he even looks that frail. He's just getting old, I mean, when I remember when Harvey Weinstein was trying to get sympathy, he was like with a walker, like an old person's walker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, no, I did not know that about Weinstein.
Walker.
A walker prop.
Yeah, see, he came out with the whole tennis ball walker, trying to look all fucking,
oh my god.
So yeah, I could see why they're comparing him to Harvey Weinstein, and just because WWE's the Harvey Weinstein of wrestling or whatever.
The Harvey Weinstein of sodas.
The But I don't know. I don't think this is like a big deal. Him with a cane.
I don't know. I was thinking maybe he is trying to gain sympathy, But then again, he's like what 78, 79, so I expect him to be walking with the cane.
Yeah.
And then, but it goes back to the first comment, like with the picture, the neck brace, like during the steroid scandal. Like he just so happened to need that, like for the steroid scandal. I
don't know. I feel like this. If he were to really try to get sympathy, he would like get someone pushing him in a wheelchair, or let his hair go where he'd look super frail. I don't know. I just don't see him like really selling it right now. Maybe he will later on, but this cane, I don't think he's selling the frail stuff right now,
Yeah, I don't think so either. But then again, he can stay far away as possible. I'm okay.
But then again, he's going the adversarial route with the case. I know if you've heard anything about it, he's trying to like countersue her, that girl that made all those accusations against him.
Oh, for what?
Just to say that she was part of it too, like that they were both consensual in it. And he's basically trying to sue her back for everything he gave her. So like, yeah, and dude, that's an uphill battle to do a fight against Vince McMahon, because he's got more than enough money to like lawyer up with a team of lawyers. And I don't know. I'm not saying he's not a good person, bad person, good person. It's all accusations. Of course, they may be more truth to it than not from whatever sources, but until it goes into the law's hands and the judge does a verdict, that's when it matters. You know what I mean? And he may lose in the court of public opinion, but we all know Vince McMahon doesn't give a shit about what the public thinks about him. So,
Oh man, crazy times we're in now, man. Crazy times.
But I think a couple more things here. I know you sent me this here. The Rock saying that the people in WWE who are resentful of The Rock for him claiming that wrestling was cool again following his return. No one can say anything bad about him publicly, but there are people who are very resentful of him going like, I came back and wrestling is cool after WWE had a tremendous year, and the idea that he's kind of trying to take credit for his resurgence that happened the year before came back. Dave Meltzer speaking on the Wrestling Observer Report. What do you think about this?
But like, even on his, what was it, that first video he released on Instagram or Twitter that was like 10 or 20 minutes long, remember, before WrestleMania, he gave credit to Triple H. Like, he didn't say it was just him. Or he did say it was him. He already gave credit to Triple H. Like, are you not listening, dude? I think that's just poor reporting on Meltzer's part.
Well, what we can say about
poor people don't like AEW.
That is poor reporting. Poor people don't like WWE. No.
Reporting. Nice. Woo, nice pat on the back, baby.
I think it was a combination of a lot of things. I don't think it was just The Rock. I think kind of like the whole Ronda Rousey thing we were saying, it would have eventually gotten there, and The Rock just kind of sped it up. And like you're saying, he's not even the one saying that he did it. He's giving all the credit to other people like Triple H, or even with the sell of Endeavor to Endeavor, like they're helping promote it, so
yeah. And then even like to Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and
Cody Rhodes,
yeah. Like there was that interview that The Rock did prior to his match at WrestleMania, that he was giving credit to like he wasn't like doing a heel character, but he was saying like, oh man, like Cody Rhodes is doing a badass job of promoting the company, trying to be the face of the company. It's like, I support him like 100%. It was him totally out of character, like not like, oh fuck this story, motherfucker, I'm gonna fucking tell you.
I swear that Dave Meltzer,
Oh man, you got some explaining to do, Davey.
But we do have some story on The Rock here. I don't know if you heard about this thing, but The Rock was allegedly constantly 7 to 8 hours late to work on his new film, Red One, which caused costs of around $50 million. People who previously worked with The Rock says he pees into water bottles to save time, which has upset crew members.
What the fuck?
Did you not hear about this?
No, I sure didn't.
So yeah, I heard that, like they said, The Rock would be 7 to 8 hours late to the set. So think about it. Remember when we get to work and we were like 10 minutes late, we would get in trouble, right? 12 minutes late. What was it? 11 minutes?
I'm just there thinking like, dude, you just fucking missed a whole work day, bro, and
Dude,
everyone's cool with it.
to be 8 hours late, and then it costs 50 million because you're late all the time, and everybody has to get paid while you're late. But then like, oh, I need to save time while I'm here. Let me pee in bottles, even though you're already late.
Man, that's nasty, dude. I hate when they pee in bottles.
I've never peed in a bottle.
Red One, action comedy. It's a Christmas movie.
Really?
Yes. Let me see. When a villain kidnaps Santa Claus from the North Pole, an elf, which is an extremely large and formidable operative, joins forces with the world's most accomplished tracker to find him and save Christmas. My God. Budget is $250 million.
It was 200 million, but they had to up it to 250 million.
I know, because The Rock just wants to pee in bottles.
That sounds like an AI generated plot, dude.
It does.
It straight up does.
Release date November 15th of this year, 2024. Who's in this movie?
That looks
The Rock's
like
in this. No, I'm just kidding.
Captain America, right?
Yeah, Chris Evans, J.K. Simmons, Lucy Liu, Bonnie Hunt, Nick Kroll. Oh, that movie's already gonna suck because Nick Kroll's in it.
Lucy Liu, man, I love me some Lucy Liu.
Ah, dude, she's so fine.
She is fine. That one Futurama episode where they just clone the shit out of her, or she's robots.
I love you so much, Philip J. Fry.
Futurama's great. But yeah, that was a story about The Rock. I thought that was funny.
To pee in bottles, man.
Again, I've never peed in a bottle. I've always, like, if I'm in a car, it's like, pull over, let me piss, like, with the door open, like the two doors open, and just piss on the side of the road so nobody sees me.
Yeah. When I took my road trip to Arizona, I pull over and I walk far as possible. I didn't care if people saw me peeing. I just didn't want them to see my dick while I was peeing.
Yeah, that's the right way to do it. I think that's the right way to do it.
I walk out far, but I'm facing the highway pee.
Yeah, I've never felt the need to, like, man, I need to piss real bad. Let me piss in a bottle. I don't know.
Nah, me personally, I feel like if I need to pee, like I need that fucking that privacy, you know. Like even Giselle, like it's kind of personal, but she's like, "Oh, let me see you pee, or let me hold it while you pee." I was just like, "No, dude, get away."
Nah, peeing's like a chore. It's literally like it's something. It's not something I want to do. It's something like my body needs to do. You know,
dude, for real. Like every time before we start this podcast, I make sure I take a piss because I know I'm going to be sitting down for a couple of hours.
I know. I took a little pee, even if it was like, man, I just have a little pee in me before the podcast. Like, nah, I need to get that little pee out.
And I'm just like, oh, great. Yeah. Now I need a shit.
Now there's stones coming out.
Oh, man. I'm scared of that, man.
That's like The Rock. Stones.
I'm peeing Dwayne Johnson into a bottle.
Yeah, it all works. It's all connected.
Wow, the world's a beautiful place.
And it all comes down to Kevin Bacon. Lastly here, I know you sent me this, and I'll see how much we could play of it. On this day in WWE 20 years ago, which was on May 2nd, JBL gives Eddie Guerrero's mom a heart attack at a house show in Eddie's hometown on Mother's Day weekend.
God.
It was meant.
But dude, everyone in the crowd looks so like distraught.
So here's JBL saying about the whole moment. It says the police, JBL, right? The police gave me an escort out of town and told me to drive to Odessa, Texas, and fly out from there. They told me they thought I would be killed if I stayed in El Paso. I had to leave so fast to prevent a riot. I was driving in my wrestling gear. Chavo Sr. and Eddie's idea to do this. We sold out the Staples Center off the storyline. When this video aired, everything changed. JBL had heat like few have had. I owe everything to Eddie and the Guerrero family. Viva la raza. So it helped build his heat character, but it was like nuclear heat
Dude,
from this shit.
if you go to JBL's profile, he has a second part to this where he talks about like he's like, oh, like I grabbed her by the arm to like lay her down. Wait, go back up real quick. I think he passed. Wait, okay, back down a little bit slower. This one? Oh wait, no, never mind. It's just recently, but I know the first show. This one right here, May 2nd.
Notice how when I put my hand on Mrs. Guerrero, I guided and held her all the way to the ground. It was so she could take a bump safely. She made it look fantastic. When she went down there and the place was in shock, Eddie said, "Esse, you better get the lot of things out of here."
I'm guessing that's what Eddie had told her or told him, like when he tried to like chase him out the ring. I guess
Yeah.
that's what he said, like, get the fuck out of here. Like you're
Like
So-
you're about to get fucking killed by this mob.
dude, man. Honestly, dude, it's like she looks so sweet.
No, that's the way that's how you like do a wrestling angle, right? You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And
Did you ever watch wrestling around this time?
I'm pretty sure, well, I don't remember really JBL being this oil tycoon country
Oh, dude.
heel.
He was one of those like you love to hate him, dude. He played a good fucking asshole. I hated JBL like with a passion. But man, you should look it up like on your own time, whatever. He would do vignettes like when he was challenging Eddie Guerrero for the WWE Championship, where he would go along the border and he would chase like Mexicans crossing the border and chase them back into Mexico. Like, get
Yeah.
the fuck back into Mexico. You stay out of our country.
I think I've seen that shit. Yeah.
Dude, I was just saying, like, God, dude, like, this is great, man. It's like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
heat. Oh, man. I kind of want them to do something not raunchy. What's the
Risque?
term? Yeah, risque. There you go.
Mhm.
I want them to do something risque today that would be like to get people talking like that, man. I think that would be great.
I don't know, man. Like, I love looking back at these because they're hilarious, but to do something like that in this time, like that's politically, I guess, incorrect. I don't know. People would be like, they would lose their minds. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's a whole sensitive thing too.
yeah, because
And
you can't even have like the funny things like putting a man in a woman's dress. Like you can't even have that anymore because that would piss someone off, you know. Or like what was it when Santina Morella won the women's Royal Rumble? And, you know, like people would like hate that. Like it would, and that's not even really it is, but it isn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess supposed to like make fun of it. You know,
Yeah.
just like a joke, whatever.
Mhm.
Man, it's like the way I think it's like I want them to do something like that, but like in a fun way, but not in a way where it's like it has to be like so political, like a Dave Chappelle special, you know, or like from today where it's like, oh shit, okay, when's the joke coming? Okay, you're talking a lot about the LGBT community.
Like even them pushing it right now is like the Chad Gable and Sami Zayn, you know, when he's like taking him out of his wife's arms and doing it in front of his children, you know, like,
Oh, how dare you?
yeah.
How dare you? I was like, dude, they've done a lot worse.
Oh yeah, they've done way worse, but even that, like right now, that's what's considered like pushing the envelope of like, well, is it real? Is it not? And
Did
yeah, I don't know.
did you ever see the Maven video where he talks to Mason Mansour?
Yeah, yeah.
I remember in that video, it reminds me of like, you know, oh, like too sensitive, whatever. Like when maybe we'll talk about, oh, like do people still rib each other? Or like, you know, pull pranks on each other.
Yeah.
He talked about Mr. Fuji. Do you remember? He said that Mr. Fuji would fucking drug some of the wrestlers and then they'll carry them to a car and tape them on the hood and drive around.
Yeah, real fucked up shit. And
I was
the
just like, okay,
Mason
that's
Man
fucked
Stewart,
up.
they were like, nah, we would just like take the batteries out of someone's controller and be like, oh, we pranked you. You've been
I know
ripped.
that it's like, oh, like were there strippers around? And like, no, dude, like we just play video games. Like, what's wrong with you? I'm just like, damn, what a generation thing, man. I wonder what the thing is gonna be like 20 years from now. We're like, oh, do y'all guys still play video games? Like in the locker room? Oh no, we just sit there quietly.
Yeah. Oh, with a controller? No, you know.
One thing too, he said he had to drive from El Paso, referring back to Eddie Guerrero and JBL. He had an escort out of El Paso all the way to Odessa, Texas. He drove 4 hours just to fly out of there. Between Odessa, Texas, and El Paso, Texas, it's 4 hours.
That's true. Yeah, that is a big stretch.
That is a big fucking stretch. That's and in his wrestling gear for 4 fucking hours. Dude, that is so crazy, man. The one thing that's the one thing I hate too, but like the how big Texas is, man. I hate it. It sucks.
I hate it, but I love it because it's like stretches of like beautiful plain land. But I also love it because we're so spread apart. The population, it's not like New York where it's just a little island or whatever with a bunch of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. It's plus it's cons and it's pros.
Yeah, like so to explain how big Texas is to the one person in Nebraska who's probably listening, from San Antonio to El Paso is 8 fucking hours.
Dude, yeah, and you're still in Texas.
Yeah, you're still in Texas. That's a whole fucking regular work shift, dude. And then going to when we went to Arizona, we passed through New Mexico. We were in New Mexico for like 5 hours. And I'm like, my guy. I was like, fuck off, dude. I was like, why is Texas so big? I was like, that's so crazy. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's like, I guess because I was driving too, and I just hated seeing like nothing but flat lands. It starts getting more beautiful like when you hit like toward like the borderline between New Mexico and Arizona. Cause you start seeing like the rocky formations of like red rocks and stuff. But then that's all you see is red rocks. It's like I can't win.
The red rocks pissing and giving you the eyebrow. Pissing
I
in
know,
bottles.
pissing in my direction. Telling me that's the direction where I can fuck off.
And doing that. But that's all we got. Other than we'll get into some wrestling memes and stuff like that here. What is this first one? First one I got here. Maven describing his WWE career on YouTube. Maven's actual WWE career.
Oh shit! It's a picture of Homer staring at himself in the mirror, and he sees himself like all buff as fuck, and then himself just fat as hell.
It's kind of true, man. I was watching a Maven video the other day, and I'm like, God, his eyebrows back then were so
like bushy,
caterpillars, like fucking straight up caterpillars. I trip out. I don't know. Like, how did no one tell him something? You know?
Yeah, he said Stephanie finally told him something, right? That's why he started doing it.
Yeah, I don't remember like hearing that, but it's like, why did it take so long for someone to be like, dude, your eyebrows look weird. You look like a djinn or something, you know?
God damn.
Well, that's a genie, right? I mean, it's not like a derogatory term. It's like a
I'm just kidding.
djinn. It's like a genie. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Before anyone thinks I called him
Is
something
that-
like,
yeah, I was like, wait, what the? Come on, bro. You can't fucking say that.
no, you know the movie The Wishmaster?
Wishmaster. Why does that sound familiar?
It's like a genie that grants wishes, and the
Well, bro,
wishes
you can't say that. No, actually, I prefer gin.
the wishes are twisted, and it's a djinn, like an evil genie, but he looks like a
Oh, that makes sense. It's like the
Yeah.
Sith. The
exactly May the
Yeah.
4th. No, I don't know.
Revenge of the Fifth.
That I revenge of that fifth of vodka you drank, you drunk ass. I know. What else do I have here? This is just laughing my ass off. What the fuck?
It's the draft, and I just got one more thing to say to you, and that is
Oh
Whoa!
yeah. Hold on, let me go back.
it's the draft, and I just got one more thing to say to you, and that is yeah. All right, and we'll be back. It's the draft, and I just got one, and that is
Yeah!
That's just some random news broadcast in Cincinnati, and this chick just opens up her fucking blazer with a shirt that says "yeah" across her chest, and he's just all "yeah."
He's just like, yeah, like his eyes get all big.
And then they pause for a little bit at the end, and everyone's just cracking up.
Oh, dude, that is so funny. I love LA Knight.
Oh, he's great. I think he's
Hell
a
yeah.
champion. He should be a champion.
He should be sooner. He's soon. I say by SummerSlam.
Let's see here. This one says wrestling has gone too far.
Ooh.
Now, if you're just listening, if you're just listening to the podcast, some guy has a staple gun, and it's a girl versus a guy. It's a guy wrestler, and the girl's in the corner. She's set up like she's gonna get shattered dreams.
Like from Goldust.
And he staples her head, and then he goes down to her crotch and staples at her crotch, and it seems like he's closed the flap there because that's what she like cries, but it's really not that bad when you look at it, but it's kind of a strange spot.
But like, how's she gonna pee now?
Because I mean, he's obviously missing there if you know how a staple gun works, but
I think it's kind of neat that they have the other side of the camera being viewed on the big screen right there for like a local wrestling event. I think that's kind of cool.
Well, I mean, but this is someone probably recording off their phone, and then that's the actual, I guess, YouTube feed or pay-per-view feed or whatever.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I mean, sucks that she can't pee anymore.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll still. It's not like a complete shut of the pipes. It's just a little.
It's like
a bottleneck, you know,
like water going through a strainer.
It's like a diversion, like when you put your headphones to a splitter, so one's now two.
Oh, like when you put a headphone in your nose and then you use your mouth for like a speaker.
Exactly. There you
go. Yeah, man. Women are weird.
I tell you, man, they're my second favorite gender.
The first one's the green M&M.
The first one's the gin. I don't know.
The gender.
Oh
man.
Let's see. What do I have here? Trump. Oh, this is kind of funny. We'll listen to this.
And Laredo get a tie. And Laredo shrugged off.
Trump can't build a wall, but Jeff Jarrett can.
That is scary.
God, why was that so loud?
I don't know. That guy wanted to be heard. We'll hear it again.
Holy shit.
So if you want the context, they're in Mexico or something.
I think it's CMML. I don't know.
It's a hexagon of a ring, and Jeff Jarrett, and what's this dude's name?
I don't remember his name, but he's the giant. That's what
Yeah,
Jeff Jarrett.
yeah. Who is it? This isn't. Oh, Satnam Singh. Okay.
Yeah.
So Jeff Jarrett, Satnam Singh, and the fucking luchadors are trying to suicide dive outside the ring, and he's just knocking them all down one by one. And the guy, that's what the guy says, and let's do it again.
And Laredo get a tie. And Laredo gets fucked off.
Trump can't build a wall, but Jeff Jarrett can.
Why is that so loud?
That
So
guy
funny.
really wanted to be heard on that line.
Oh my god. Oh, so I'm assuming the guy who took the bump, that's Laredo Kid. That's their name. Oh my god, that is so funny. It just sounds so out of place.
It sounds like it was recorded after the fact, and it was just like really loud, like a different microphone. But
Someone's recording in a fucking restroom stall that no one else is in there, so it's
on
like
their
real
phone?
echoey.
Yeah, right here on their phone.
Nah, I don't want to do it. I didn't want to do it.
Trump a wall, but Jeff Jarrett can.
Trump can build a wall. I don't know how that sounds. I feel like it sounds terrible.
Which, you know, a pretty good wall here. I don't know what Satnam Singh has to do with it, but okay. Here's Tonga Low making his debut. And they're saying he's already messing up the spot. If you could tell, he was a little late to pull the ref out.
It's not a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal because at least for like the camera side, like I can't tell, you know.
From this angle, it's very bad, but from the hard cam side that we see, it's not so bad. But yeah, this makes it look pretty bad. But again, like we were saying, the crowd was so over. I don't think people cared, you know.
Yeah, it's like I think because them not caring, it makes me not care either.
Yeah. No, if the crowd was like you fucked up or whatever, yeah, it was.
Do you have a video of him versus Okada
where they're like chopping each other?
Yeah, like I can't even joke around when I say it. Like I don't know what it is, but like he's. I want to make a joke say like, oh, he's beating the fucking shit out of him, but he's doing like these weird punches, like where he's barely like touching him.
Let's see.
Let me see. Yeah, put Tanga or Tangaloa Okada chops. Oh man, that's funny. That's a search. Like go up. It might be like a 30-second. Is it this one? No.
I know I've seen it on fucking on Twitter.
Yeah, it's on Twitter. It's okay if you can't find it. Oh man, it has to be here.
Oh, this
there
one?
You go.
There's no volume on it. Yeah, it's just him. These weird chops. Yeah, I've seen this shit.
And it's Okada just like doing his best to sell it.
It just looks so funny.
The second Tonga Loa busts out this shit, I'm turning my TV off.
But this is the shit that like they like over there, right? In like Japan, is it?
Yeah, they like it's a different crowd.
Yeah,
damn, and that's the G1 climax too. That's funny.
Is that a big deal?
Oh man, yeah, the G1 climax. That's supposed to be like this giant tournament that they have. Like it's all point based. So it's like they have separate blocks, like an A block, B block. I don't know if there's a C and a D block. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. But each wrestler will have different matches. Like if you win so many points. If you lose, you only get 1 point. And then whoever has the most points, from each block, they face each other. like in like the semifinals, and then the winner of that face each other in the G1 Climax finals. Usually that's like a badass match. It's fucking awesome. And whoever wins that match, they win the trophy to win the G1 Climax that year. But kind of like the Royal Rumble, they're guaranteed the main event of Wrestle Kingdom. So whoever wins the G1 Climax and whoever's the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, they face against each other at the next Wrestle Kingdom main event.
And is that like their WrestleMania?
Yeah, the Wrestle Kingdoms are usually good. I haven't watched it in a long time because whenever they start an event over there in Japan, it's like 3 or 4 in the morning over here.
Yeah, fuck that. And then it's like 80,000 yen. And I don't know how much.
That's like what, $8?
Yeah, I don't know how many pesos that is.
At least like 8.
I don't know. I don't know math.
Oh man, I want Tangaloa to start doing it. That's gonna be badass.
Here is an average day in Darby Allin's life.
Oh no.
If you're just watching, it's just a little kid getting hit by a car and then a truck.
The kid's okay. They replaced it with the fucking fake dummy.
Yeah, it's just a dummy. It's not a real person.
Man. Dude, that is fucking funny.
Poor Darby Allin.
I know.
He'll be fine.
So I woke up this morning and broke my arms. I got out of bed that broke my legs.
I sneezed and my head just exploded.
Yeah.
Here's Liv Morgan and Dominic getting caught in 4K or 8K.
Ooh, shit.
Dude, she looks so hot even from that far away. Do you think this is part of a storyline, or do you think they're really doing shit, or do you think this meant to happen, or there's nothing?
I think that was meant to happen. Because they've been doing that shit lately where it's like shit in the background, it leads up to something.
Yeah, so it wasn't just coincidence.
I feel like they're gonna do something when Rhea Ripley comes back that Liv Morgan's gonna like come in and be like the new member of the Judgment Day or partner herself up with Dominic.
Yeah.
Something like that. I'm all about it.
Where I don't need mommy anymore. I got stepsister.
Stepsis. How the fuck do you get stuck in a ladder, stepsis?
How'd you get stuck in the dryer? I know how to get you out though.
I know how to get you out. You get some WD-40.
All you need is my hard erect and
dude, why do I feel like WWE is gonna do that shit where it's like, oh, like she's a stepsister now? Like you had mommy, you had stepsister, because you know, like,
you really think you could go that
dude,
route?
I would not be surprised. I think I would laugh my ass off if they actually did something like that.
That'd be great. I'd be all for it though, just because she's fucking hot.
That'd be so fucking funny.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, you don't need a mommy when you got a sister. I don't know.
I wouldn't get a stepsister, right? Because that's not like gay.
Here's one of the most brutal chair shots ever seen.
Oh shit!
So if you're just listening, Sky Blue versus Willow, and Sky Blue jumped off of the barricade towards a chair shot from Willow, but it did not hit her at all, just hit her hands. Looked like the fall hit her more or hurt her more.
Yeah, I kind of think it reminds me of the Hulk Hogan chair shot he gave to the Giants.
Yeah, real
in
like
WCW.
Tap, tap, tap.
Or I feel like that did more damage than this one, obviously.
But Sky Blue's so hot, I'll let her get away with it.
Yeah, they could both throw me through barbed wire. yeah, they could both throw me the barbed wire.
I forgot that happened in the match, right? That she did like her finishing move through a barbed wire table or something.
Yeah, and thumbtacks too. They use thumbtacks.
Oh Lord, do they really have to use thumbtacks too? Come on.
I don't know. Was it just like a no disqualification, like a street fight?
I don't know.
I don't
All
know.
their matches are like that. Real glass, everything.
I know the rest is just like, okay, whatever. You have fun. Be careful.
Here's when Hulk Hogan is live. And if you're just listening to the beautiful stylings, it's just a Asian pianist, and I don't know, a bar or something, and he's just playing Hulk Hogan's theme song on the piano.
Dude, that's a pretty good rendition.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It sounds beautiful.
I might listen to it. I was like, this is good, like elevator music. I'll be stuck in an elevator listening to this.
Dude, I do like, I believe the term is bossa nova is the elevator music. No, I don't know.
Oh, I was like, for real?
The genre you're actually referring to is bossa nova. No,
it's called ska.
it's called Skibbity Toilet. I believe is the.
No, stop that. We're leaving that shit behind, Lorenzo. Please.
I'm trying to learn these words.
Oh man, I'm cool. I know memes.
Here's I don't even listen to this. Let me see what this is.
What the fuck, dude?
I'm not sure
audio
what to do
listeners
that.
only.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain that.
Someone just made a shit post with the discussing film tweet talking about how The Rock was always late to work. Well, we just discussed about him peeing into water bottles, but every time they release new text, it's like a clip of The Rock like raising his eyebrow or like freaking out. I don't know how to describe it. And then after that, like toward the end, you just see a SWAT team coming in to like raid a home.
I don't know how to
Just for
describe it.
peeing.
I don't even think I had watched that prior to putting it on here.
What episode are we recording? Episode 23?
Yeah.
I didn't think we were going to be talking so much about piss this episode.
Dude, I love peeing though.
Oh, nah, dude. It feels great. Especially into Gatorade bottles.
It has to be blue Gatorade.
It'll turn green.
Here is Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch at the Kentucky Derby.
Dude, he looks weird without his beard.
Shut the carpet down. Well, you know, it's kind of our thing. This is an incredible outfit. Now, I want to get straight to it, but is this your first time at the Derby?
It is. Yeah, it's a spectacle, man. Yeah.
He looks
What's
weird.
The most surprising thing you've seen so far?
Oh wow.
He looks like a clean, like when they clean a homeless person off the street and they give him like a makeover, you know?
Oh man, they're gonna do an update with him and say like he fucking had to come down and like did a rehabilitation on crack again. Relapse. He relapsed. There you go.
Like they did on that music video for the Rock show with Blink-182.
Oh man, I haven't seen that in a long time, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And
Becky Lynch looks great though.
No, she looks fantastic. I just don't understand fashion.
And I feel like this encapsulates all of
I
that.
feel like this would bother the horses at the Derby.
I know, like they'll run after her because they see a shiny light.
Yeah, the sun will reflect right and get into their eyes like lasers get into jet plane riders' eyes.
The horse stands up. Oh shit!
And just trips, and the jockey breaks his back. And
yeah. Audio listeners only. We're not really referencing the video. We're just talking about how they're dressed.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I feel like Becky Lynch. I compare it to like Lady Gaga mixed with like a Daft Punk kind of vibe that I'm getting.
Yeah, I'm really getting Lady Gaga vibes and
And
Seth Rollins.
I feel like I've seen him as a unlockable character in like LA Noir.
He does look like a 40s style detective, or
Like, come on, Tess, we gotta solve the case. This case ain't gonna solve itself. Nothing
or
was
like
the
a
same system,
or
boy.
like a door-to-door salesman. Like, let me show you what I got here in stock.
Oh yeah, he's trying to sell like a vacuum cleaner. That's like the future, but it's like so fucking bulky, like the size of a mini fridge.
Or let me show you what I got in this suitcase. These ties are all silk. See? Silk made in Madagascar. You know.
Yeah, plenty to say. I'll say plenty. Put them up, Toots. Put them up.
They look great though together. I'm not gonna lie, like they look dapper as fuck. But
I wish I had fashion sense. Well, I just wish I had style whenever I would go out. You know, I'll just go in like fucking joggers and a decent t-shirt. You know, that doesn't make me look too fat.
I wear the same two outfits. It's either the red shirt, the purple shirt, the red shirt, the purple shirt.
Oh no, I need to get you a different color shirt so that way we can throw people off.
I can change it up every, not just every odd day or every even day. There's an extra one there.
Oh shit!
But they look great. It's very odd that they're What do you think about them promoting at the Kentucky Derby? Because she has the belt with her, the WWE belt.
I don't know, man. Like, I never really thought too much about like horse racing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I know. Do people consider it a sport? Yeah, right.
Because they bet on it. I feel like it's a sport. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I guess it's like athletes. Tiny people.
Jockey.
There you go.
Yeah, they prefer jockeys.
The little horse rider people.
Yeah.
You mean jockeys? Yeah, whatever.
We'll eat your brain. My horse must lose, or whatever. The Simpsons episode with the jockeys.
Oh my god, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember.
Yeah. It's something that just plays in my head over and over again. But I think it's cool that they're getting out there, especially these two. They're like very I don't know what's the word. Like they're good to go about and do press.
Very professional.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll trust them to do promotional work. Well, actually, I trust everybody except for like Jim Ross and Ric Flair.
I'll say for this event that is obviously predominantly a white people event, they're perfect for it. Of course, you have Bianca Belair, and I don't mean to sound racist, but she's perfect for like that other audience. Her and her dude. Her and her dude are great.
Dude, they're fucking fantastic, man.
Yeah, they're great together.
They're so cute. They have a TV show together.
I think I did know that.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
Love in WWE or something like that. It's on not promoting it, but it's on Hulu. And
That's cool.
I saw a couple clips of it, and man, dude, they're just so freaking adorable together. Like they're just a perfect couple. It's so hilarious, dude. I think Montez Ford is so funny.
No, they both look like great together. Like even though she's like leagues above him as far as like on the card, he's still like you could tell he doesn't have any sort of like resentment towards it. He's like proud of her, and he's fine. Because he's fine where he's at. It doesn't seem like he doesn't seem like sour about it or anything. He's just doing his thing too, Like,
I think Montez Ford sometime in the near future, he's gonna have a good singles run. Like I feel like he has that superstardom. Like he just looks like a superstar. Like I don't know what it is, dude, but I'm all for him to have a good championship run.
Yeah, and I'm not even knocking his look. He looks good, but it's you got him right now, a good-looking dude in a basket full of other good-looking dudes or even better-looking dudes. Like what can you do? Like, other than like just pick your moment and wait for it, or But you could tell Bianca Belair's having her moment. Not even has just had her moment. She's been having her moment for a while, and he's all for it. So
Yeah,
good.
agree.
Yeah, and then you have the Rollins and whatever the Misses. How they're pretty much equally star powered, and they seem cool.
Do you think? I think we referenced it last time. Do you think WWE knew what they were doing with some of the promotional shit they were doing during some of the matches?
Oh, they know how to target their demographic. Like when they were doing, what was it? Aguas Frescas with the Mexican match.
Yeah, and then it was Wingstop for like the Jade Cargill's first match. And then the main event. Wait, I think it was AJ Styles and LA Knight. It was Slim Jims. Like
yeah, that they know how to target their audience when they need to, and I mean that just makes sense. That's just good advertising, you know.
Yeah, because I don't know if you get the same ads on Instagram whenever you look through stories and shit. But I've been getting ads for like WWE and Jaritos crossover. The Mexican sodas.
No, I haven't.
Dude, I've been getting them, and it's so weird. It's just Cody Rhodes like right next to like a Jaritos. I was like, dude, this looks like a shit post.
No, they know what they're doing, especially
yeah.
like this when they send Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch to the Kentucky Derby. They're not going to send Bianca Belair and fucking Montez Ford or whatever to the Kentucky Derby.
They need Seth Rollins in like the metal community because I think he's like the only hard rocker.
And then look at him too. He doesn't even have his long greasy hair. It's all tucked into that hat, you know. And he's clean cut. So
he looks so weird, clean cut though.
I'm telling you,
I didn't know he had a butt chin.
A homeless dude that just like got maked over, you know.
Yeah, what is it? He either has the butt chin or the little dimple, like the divot.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know that little dent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, he looks good.
No, yeah, they both look badass.
Yeah, they both look good. Lastly here, I have CM Punk saying he was trapped in WWE headquarters. We can look at this real quick.
Okay, this is what's legitimately happening. I got done doing the pre-show, and I got locked inside a bathroom while I was changing out of my suit. Nice suit, by the way, DanielGeorge.com. He's in Chicago. And by the time I got out of the bathroom, everybody's gone. So I'm literally in, God, I don't know what you call this anymore. Titan Towers 2, headquarters. But I'm here, and I figured since I was here, I might try to pull some Phantom of the Opera shit and see how long it takes somebody to notice that I am in fact here. I don't know what the employee work schedule is. I don't know who works at what time. And there are a lot of doors you need a key card for, and I don't have a key card. But sorry, I got cut off. I didn't know on these things. But anyway, I'm in the gym now, so I figured since I got stuck here and I missed my flight, I'm going to work out, and then I'm going to wander around and see what sort of trouble I can cause. Hopefully nobody who works here is watching this on social media. That would be a big mistake on my part.
Dude, I saw this on his Instagram, and he has other videos like leading up to it where he's like walking around. Nope, I don't belong in here. Nope. It's like, well, I found my bag. He's like, look at the ones. Oh, this is badass. This is badass too. And then like the last videos here going up to Andre the Giant like bronze statue, and he just fucking taps it on the nuts like, dong. It's like so hollow.
Fucking CM Punk. He's such a rabble rouser.
It's so crazy to think like CM Punk is back in WWE, man. That still blows my mind.
And he's just kind of doing whatever he wants. It's kind of funny.
I know. He's happy. That's good.
Well, if he'd stay healthy, maybe that'd be even better. Nah, it's good that he's It's just funny. I was thinking how the other day, I remember when we talked about it like weeks ago, when like the Miz got trapped in that.
Oh, the door, right?
Yeah, and then here's him like just getting stuck, and it's like I would just like. Well, obviously he can call someone. He's just having fun, but I feel like he would set off an alarm or something going through random doors. You know.
Right? So, oh shit, I gotta get out of here. Fucking the Phantom of the Opera shit, like you said.
It's funny.
You gotta get out of here. Fucking shoots a batarang up top, and he just zips up.
It just goes up like breaks because the ceiling is fucking just hollow cork board or something.
He's all, damn it! That's the 4th time that's happened.
Y'all want to clean that up? There's like 4 or 5 different holes throughout this.
So you want to be careful. Someone could really trip on this and get hurt. What a fucking asshole!
Is she just going to Vince's office with the T-Rex or something?
They're just like, oh, look at me. Oh, I'm Vince McMahon. I'm tapping on the computer.
He's gonna puke, pal.
Hey, you're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. But he's tapping with 2 fingers like that.
Let me shit on you. Shit on your chest.
I imagine. Oh shit! I had to stop. It was gonna get so out of hand, dude. I would have went along with that shit.
But yeah, that concludes another great episode of That's Kayfabe. Thank y'all for listening, the listeners, and thank again. Check out what did I say, the total
Heck and Steve.
Yeah, the Top Ropes Wrestling Collectibles on YouTube and Facebook. Check that out. Who do you have to say to the people, or who do you want to say, Gabe?
Just again, shout out, like we said at the beginning of the episode, shout out to Raven Dark, Heck and Steve. You know, always badass to be able to promote other people, other channels.
Mm-hmm.
And to everyone listening or watching the video, thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, all that fun stuff. It all does good for the channel.
Yeah, no, thank all y'all for listening. We have fun doing this, and we'll see y'all next time. Ooh, no, I don't know. Later, guys.
Bye, guys.